And this is the very important thing also for us to underline and stress again. We're in strong support of Ukraine, and we are continuing with our continued pressure on Russia. The only place for Putin in Europe, that's in Hague, in front of the tribunal, not in any of our capitals. And this is very clear.
Thank you. Are you taking action to prevent Putin from visiting Budapest?
I cannot imagine him crossing our airspace.
Regarding Budapest, no, it's not nice. I mean, to see that really a person put to the arrest warrant by the ICC is coming to a European country. And again, the question is whether there's any outcome out of this. This is, I think, what we need to see how these things are going in Budapest, as we have been very firm that Russia only negotiates when they are put under pressure. So we hope that also President Trump does that. Which would have been that it's President Zelensky who meets Putin, because it's actually them who have to agree on this. So, as I said, I mean they are meeting, but let's see what's coming out of that meeting. I think it's important that President Zelensky also meets Putin, and they can discuss actually what they can do. If America has a lot of strength to pressure Russia to come to the negotiation table. If they use that, then of course this is good. If Russia stops this war.
Vladimir Putyin elnököt is tisztelettel várjuk. Természetesen biztosítjuk számára azt, hogy Magyarországra belépjen, itt sikeres tárgyalás folytasson, majd pedig utána hazatérjen. Semmifajta egyeztetésre nincsen szükség senkivel. Mi egy szuverén ország vagyunk, itt Vladimir Putyint, Oroszország elnökét tisztelettel fogjuk fogadni, vendégül látni és biztosítani a körülményeket, hogy az amerikai elnökkel tudjon tárgyalni. Nem válaszoltam, de azt gondolom, hogy...
We're getting some breaking news coming in. Trump to hold first in-person talks with Japanese PM Sanai Takaichi during a 3-day visit to Tokyo. US President Trump is set to visit Japan for 3 days starting Monday for his first in-person discussion with Prime Minister Takaichi, who, by the way, viewers, is the first woman Prime Minister of Japan. This will mark Trump's first trip to Japan in nearly 6 years. Takaichi, who secured the ruling Liberal Democratic Party's presidential election on October 4th, became Japan's first woman prime minister, succeeding Shigeru Ishiba during a regular press briefing on Wednesday. Chief Cabinet Secretary Minoru Kihara said Trump is also expected to meet the Emperor Naruhito. And we must know we have an hour. Do not go anywhere. We are live and breaking. Coming up next, Republic is tracking the biggest stories coming in today. Republic tracks Nirav Modi, extradition, fugitive, diamond tech claim, sensational developments expected ahead of hearing. A big exclusive on Republic on Mehul Choksi extradition. Belgium court clears the extradition.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये तो है इसकी खास बात वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है अरे मेरे राजा राजा और प्योर मसाला सीक्रेट रेसिपी एमडीएच का जीरा से जीरा मसाला सिप सिप जीरा सिप इंडिया का जीरा सिप इंडिया का जीरा सिप
Americans, let me also extend our warmest wishes to the people of India. I just spoke to your Prime Minister today. We had a great conversation. We talk about trade, we talk about a lot of things, but mostly the world of trade. He's very interested in that. Although we did talk a little while ago about let's have no wars with Pakistan. And I think the fact that trade was involved, I was able to talk about that. And we have no war with Pakistan and India. That was a very, very good thing. But he's a great person, and he's become a great friend of mine over the years. In a few moments, we'll light the diya as a symbol of faith in the victory of light over darkness. It's a beautiful term, light over darkness. That's what it's all about. It's
MDH की देगी मिर्च का तड़का अंग अंग फड़का MDH की देगी मिर्च केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूम देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया सफेद चने या काले चने
सब कुछ मजेदार बने
MDH
Pakistan desires normalization with India based on principles of peaceful coexistence, sovereign equality, but more importantly, dignity and honor. We believe that a third party is essential to any possible mechanism of dispute resolution between India and Pakistan.
Sahil Shamshad Mirza, chairman of Pakistan's Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee, has just praised India for its rise as a global superpower.
Pakistan prefers dialogue over disengagement, peace over conflict, and civility over jingoism, and stands ready to engage with India to find a peaceful and a negotiated solutions to all disputes, including Kashmir. Pakistan desires normalization with India based on principles of peaceful coexistence, sovereign equality, but more importantly, dignity and honor. But it requires a willingness on the Indian side as well. We believe that a third party is essential to any possible mechanism of dispute resolution between India and Pakistan. We shall always welcome such initiatives by any state, international body, or a multilateral organization. In nutshell, ladies and gentlemen, India is an important country of global south and an aspirant of a major stake in the world order.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Live and Breaking with me, Krutat Patnaik, at 11:30 a.m. this morning. Our top story remains, Republic has accessed the exclusive details of the inside line on how Mehul Choksi, the fugitive diamond trader, accused in the 13,000 crore PNB fraud, is now all set and with no holds barred is expected to be extradited back to India. I'll bring you all the details on that story in just a moment. But as always, let's start this Live and Breaking Bulletin with the headlines. Republic tracks Neeraj Modi extradition. Fugitive diamond trader claims sensational developments expected ahead of hearing. Big exclusive on Republic on Mehul Choksi's extradition. Belgium court clears extradition.
प्रति माह 2,500, सालाना 30,000 और 5 साल का 1.5 लाख रुपया माई बहन योजना के तहत अपने माई और बहनों को जब तेजस्वी की सरकार बनेगी, महागठबंधन की सरकार बनेगी, तो लोगों को जो है दिया जाएगा।
Impasse over seat share continues in Mahagathbandhan in Bihar. Tejasvi now announces fresh welfare schemes for women and promises implementation if voted to power. Yogi Adityanath warns of political Islam, says that the narrative is a big blow to Sanatan Dharma.
I want to be nice to China, but China's been very rough with us over the years because we had presidents that weren't smart from a business standpoint. Some were good politicians, some weren't even good politicians, but they allowed China to take advantage of us and every other country.
US President Donald Trump escalates his war of tariffs on China, repeats claims of imposing 155% tariffs on Beijing from November 1st. Fresh statement issued by Trump claims yet again that he spoke to Prime Minister Modi and has been assured that India will cut down on Russian oil imports. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting some breaking news coming in. Republic has accessed more videos of President Murmu's helicopter landing in Pathanamthitta in Kerala, where videos show the President Murmu's helicopter landing at the Pramadam Stadium in Kerala, where videos also show that President's chopper landed in a rained-out stadium perimeter. Now, in this video, you can see the moment of the landing of President's helicopter, and after which the helicopter got stuck on this freshly made helipad there. Reports suggest that the helipad was freshly constructed and the concrete had not set in properly, following which the wheels of the helicopter got stuck into the helipad, and subsequently the helicopter had to be maneuvered out of the divot caused by the landing of the helicopter on the helipad by police personnel and fire services personnel there. The video is on your screens, ladies and gentlemen. This happened earlier today when President Murmu arrived in Kerala. She's on a visit. She's expected to visit Sabrimalai temple as well. And these are visuals from earlier this morning when President Murmu's helicopter got stuck in Pathanamthitta. It was originally not supposed to land there, but due to inclement climatic conditions, it was diverted there. And this was a freshly laid helipad. That is what the reports are telling us, and because of which the concrete was not set in correctly, following which the VVIP helicopter of President Murmu, which landed there in Pathanamthitta, got stuck on the helipad. Subsequently, after the landing, we saw that marshals there, along with police officers and fire personnel, were maneuvering the helicopter out of the divot. It was moved subsequently. And these are visuals of the news break coming in from earlier today from the Pramadam Stadium in Kerala's Pathanamthitta, where videos show that landing of the President Murmu's helicopter in rained-out conditions. And subsequently, the President was moved out and the helicopter was maneuvered outside that divot that formed of the landing. That's a big breaking news detail coming in, ladies and gentlemen. At the moment, fresh visuals now Republic has accessed from multiple angles on what exactly transpired in the morning when President Murmu made landing in Kerala. I have my colleague Riyanka joining us live on the broadcast with more details on the story. Riyanka, what's the latest that we are tracking vis-a-vis the developments in the story?
Right, Krutarth, as we are already bringing these fresh visuals on President Murmu's chopper that got stuck in the newly constructed or the newly laid concrete of the tarmac of the helipad in Pramadam. We are also given to understand that the situation occurred, the tires of the helicopter, the chopper got stuck into the concrete which was laid freshly. That happened only after President disembarked safely. So on that note, we understand that President went on to continue with her journey towards the Sabrimala temple, where she is expected to visit shortly. But when it comes to the situation in terms of the chopper, there were the police and the fire officials who had reached on the spot, and they had swiftly carried out the rescue of the chopper from the concrete which was newly or freshly done. And initially we also are given to understand that because of adverse weather conditions, President Murmu was not supposed to land at Pramadam but at another area. But because of the weather conditions. There was a last-minute change, which is why the chopper was made to land at the Pramadam Stadium area. In fact, as per the latest visuals, we also are given to understand how the situation in Pramadam also was very, very adverse given the situation of the weather conditions. But in terms of the latest update, what we are given to understand that efforts have been swiftly made and carried out by the officials, by the police and the fire officials, who, as per the visuals, can be seen maneuvering out the chopper from the entire concrete that sunk in during the efforts to land at the particular tarmac, which was freshly laid.
All right, Priyanka, but at the moment we are also tracking more developments that the president has moved on, and subsequently we also saw the visuals of the fire and police personnel there trying to maneuver the helicopter. What's the situation on the ground at the moment? Do we have any details on that?
Right, Krutat, we know that as the president had disembarked safely from the chopper, that is when the chopper ended up getting stuck into the sunken concrete. President went on to move ahead with her plans as she is on a 4-day visit to Kerala, and she is expected to visit the Sabarimala temple as well. So there has been no harm caused to the president in that regard. That is something that we can confirm from the ground at the moment.
Thank you so much, Priyanka, for tracking those details, ladies and gentlemen. That's the latest on the little tiny mishap that happened earlier this morning during President Murmu's landing in Kerala. We'll be closely tracking the developments subsequently. Moving on to all the other top headlines from across Bharat. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bharat in 1 minute.
Bharat 1 Minute, brought to you by Canara Bank. Together, we can.
The air quality index was recorded in very poor category in Delhi this morning as per the Central Pollution Control Board, engulfed in thick smog of air quality, which fails to improve now for a second straight day. Some areas of the national capital such as Ashok Vihar and Bhavana recorded the worst AQI today. Drunk driver rams into labourers residing on the footpath near the Avadut Cross Road while driving recklessly in Gujarat's Vadodara. A 4-year-old child died on the spot when the wheels of the car rolled over him. 4 others were injured. 2 bottles of foreign liquor were also found in the car of the driver. The driver has now been arrested. The doors of the Gangotri Dham were closed today, and those of Yamunotri Dham will be closed tomorrow. The doors of Kedarnath Dham will also be closed on October 23rd, after which the Char Dham Yatra will formally conclude for 2025. The Char Dham Yatra witnessed an unprecedented influx of devotees this year. And now it's time for the Republic Mega Exclusive, ladies and gentlemen. In a major development, Belgium court has cleared the path for the extradition of fugitive businessman Mehul Choksi to India, with Antwerp Court of Appeals ruling in favor of executing 2 Indian warrants against him. In an exclusive response to Republic TV, Antwerp Attorney General Ken Witpass has detailed a 6-step legal assessment that confirmed that existence of the applicable legal framework between Belgium and India, and stated that the offences that Mehul Choksi is accused of are punishable under the Belgian law as well. So that's a big development coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Republic has accessed exclusive details of the legal analysis coming in after the Antwerp court has ruled in favour that there is no holds barred on Mehul Choksi's extradition from Belgium to India. And one of the primary points there in contention is that the legal framework between Belgium and India for stated offences is such that if this crime, which is punishable in Belgium, is also punishable in India, then in that case there is nothing stopping from Belgian authorities from extraditing Mehul Choksi back to India. That's the big breaking development that we are tracking this morning. It's a major development after Mehul Choksi had ended up in Belgium, subsequently following visa restrictions that he was claiming, due to which he could not be extradited back to India. But in a major development, the Belgian courts cleared the path for the extradition of the fugitive diamantaire Mehul Choksi to India. Now the Antwerp Court of Appeals is also ruled in favor of executing 2 arrest warrants issued by Indian authorities against him. That's the big breaking development, ladies and gentlemen, that we are tracking this morning on the Mehul Choksi case, that now soon it is clear that he will be extradited back to India. Even the Belgian courts upholding that the stated offences for which warrants have been executed against Mehul Choksi are also punishable offences under the Belgian law. And because of these criteria, these 2 arrest warrants issued by the Indian authorities have been upheld in the Court of Appeals, granted for execution, and now road is now becoming clearer and even more clearer for Mehul Choksi's extradition back to India. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the big breaking development that we're tracking in the Mehul Choksi case now after years of tracking Mehul Choksi abroad. Republic's exclusive investigation has now landed to a stage where we are confirming that Antwerp Court's exclusive response to Republic. All right, I have my senior colleague joining us on the phone line with more details on that story. Shravan, tell us what's latest. Beg your pardon, I have Shambhavi on the phone line now joining me live with the broadcast. Shambhavi, what's the latest that we are tracking? Tell us the legal implications of the road that has now been cleared by the Court of Appeals and the Belgium authorities.
Right. So basically, India has sent an extradition request to Belgium, which is asking for Mehul Choksi to be handed over to face the criminal proceedings in India. Now, this request was based on 2 Indian arrest warrants, one dated 2018 and another was dated to 2021. Then the Belgian authorities initially accepted to proceed with the extradition because they found it legally valid, and this initial decision was made on somewhere between November 2024. To which Choksi appealed that decision before a higher Belgian court, which is called the Chamber of Accusations. This chamber basically reviews whether an extradition decision is legally sound and matches all their requirements. In October 2025, the appeal was then dismissed, to which the appellate court said that there is no factual or legal obstacle which is stopping the extradition to India. So it confirmed that the extradition process can go ahead. Basically, the entire request was measured, or there were 6 main points which were considered to decide if Choksi can be sent back to India. And out of 6, they agreed with 5, basically asking or saying that there is a valid extradition agreement, India and Belgium, and the fact that India is requesting the extradition of foreign national Choksi in this case is true. The third one being that the crime which he is accused of in India, like fraud or criminal conspiracy, they are also punishable under the Belgian law, which is a requirement for extradition to be followed. The fourth point is that there is no time limits involved in this entire scenario, so that will not block the case in either country. Fifth was the nature of the charges. The nature of both the charges, because they are punishable under both Indian law and Belgian law, it allowed the extradition. The only last point, which was an exception, is the point 2021 arrest, which was on tampering or destroying evidence. Belgium said that its law does not recognize that crime in the same way, so that specific charge can't be a part of the extradition. So overall, Belgium has now accepted the extradition and has asked Choksi to appeal within 15 days.
All right. Thank you so much, Shambhavi, for tracking those details. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the big breaking development coming in now. The appeals court in Belgium also upholding that under the Indian law, Mehul Choksi can be extradited. And Republic has been following this breaking news development and the entire sequence of events ever since Mehul Choksi absconded from India. And ladies and gentlemen, here's a detailed report in a summary of all the breaking news inputs that we have on Mehul Choksi today. Take a look.
Mehul Choksi, the fugitive diamond merchant wanted by Indian agencies since 2018 in the 13,000 crore Punjab National Bank scam. On October 18th, Belgium cleared a major legal roadblock, paving the way for Choksi's extradition to India. The prime accused in India's biggest banking fraud could soon face justice back home.
On October 18, Belgium cleared the legal roadblock in extradition of Indian fugitive Mehul Choksi, the prime accused in 13,000 crore PNB fraud case. Just this Monday, on October 20th, when I reached out to Antwerp Court in a written response to Republic, the Advocate General Ken Wittpass confirmed that there is nothing stopping Belgium from extraditing Mehul Choksi to India.
Earlier this year, on 13th of April, Mehul Choksi was arrested in Belgium, acting on non-bailable warrants issued in 2018 and again in 2021. Indian officials had been tracking Choksi's movements for months. Once located, a formal extradition request was placed, one that now has no legal roadblock in Belgium. Choksi's return would mark another major diplomatic and legal victory for India, coming months after the successful extradition clearance of 2611 terror-accused Tahavur Rana from the United States. A billionaire fugitive soon to be brought back, a government chasing justice, and Republic tracking every move.
Moving on to some breaking news updates coming in from our neighboring country of Pakistan, where top Pakistani general has admitted to India's rising stature as a global superpower. Yes, I'm talking about Pakistan's Joint Chief of Staff's Committee Chairman, General Shahid Samsad Mirza, who said that India is an important country in the global south, and he in fact even parroted Trump's claims of having brokered peace between India and Pakistan. Here's what is happening in Pakistan army. Is a rebellion kind of a situation brewing against Munir? Take a look.
Pakistan desires normalization with India based on principles of peaceful coexistence, sovereign equality, but more importantly, dignity and honor. We believe that a third party is essential to any possible mechanism of dispute resolution between India and Pakistan.
Sahil Shamshad Mirza, chairman of Pakistan's Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee, has just praised India for its rise as a global superpower.
Pakistan prefers dialogue over disengagement, peace over conflict, and civility over jingoism, and stands ready to engage with India to find a peaceful and a negotiated solutions to all disputes, including Kashmir. Pakistan desires normalization with India based on principles of peaceful coexistence, sovereign equality, but more importantly, dignity and honor. But it requires a willingness on the Indian side as well. We believe that a third party is essential to any possible mechanism of dispute resolution between India and Pakistan. We shall always welcome such initiatives by any state, international body, or a multilateral organization. In a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen, India is an important country of global south and an aspirant of a major stake in the world order.
India is perhaps the only country that has stood toe-to-toe against Trump's tariff bullying without actually going to war with the US. While several other countries like Japan, South Korea, and Europe have all caved in, India has stood tall. Pakistan just got battered in Operation Sindoor. Heavy damage was inflicted on terror infrastructure in Pakistan, and its nuclear facility was hit as well. This isn't a first though. Last year, Pakistani leader Fazlur Rahman praised India for being a global superpower.
हिंदुस्तान और हम एक ही दिन में आजाद हुए 15 अगस्त 1947 को सुबह 8 बजे दिल्ली में लॉर्ड माउंटबेटन ने इंडिया के गवर्नर जनरल का हल्फ उठाया और कराची में कायदे आज़म मोहम्मद अली जिनाह ने हल्फ उठाया। एक ही दिन हम आजाद हुए। आज वो दुनिया की सुपर ताकत बनने के ख्वाब देख रहा है और हम दिवालियापन से बचने के लिए भीख मांग रहे हैं।
Apart from this, Sahir Mirza also parroted Trump's lies of having brokered peace between India and Pakistan, a claim India has time and again denied on global platforms.
Now, I want to make two things very clear, sir. One, at no stage in any conversation with the United States was there any linkage with trade and what was going on. Secondly, there was, please listen. Secondly, there was no call between the Prime Minister and President Trump from the 22nd of April when President Trump called up to convey his sympathy and the 17th of June when he called up Prime Minister in Canada to explain why he could not meet.
Pakistan only seems to have all its focus on India, expressing jealousy over India's rise, propagating lies over brokered peace after begging for a ceasefire, and smiling helplessly as Trump pushes Pakistan to foster ties with India despite being hammered militarily.
India is a great country with a very good friend of mine at the top, and he's just done a fantastic job. And I think that Pakistan and India are going to live very nicely together, right? That's not a very, they are.
And the battle for Bihar, ladies and gentlemen, is once again intensifying. Now, this morning we had a very power-packed press conference coming in from RJD leader Tejas Yadav, who announced a long list of welfare schemes for women in the state of Bihar, along with promises being made to contractual government employees for permanent jobs. However, he also mounted a very scathing attack on Bihar's Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, saying that in fact BJP and the NDA have come to an understanding that Nitish won't become the Chief Minister, and further going on to allege that the NDA has attempted to copy what the RJD has already put out in its manifesto. Those were some scathing allegations and attacks being mounted by Tejas Yadav, the former deputy to Nitish Kumar in the Mahagathbandhan government. Let's listen in to what RJD is now saying amidst the Mahagathbandhan versus Mahagathbandhan row of seat sharing.
देखिए, नामांकन की प्रक्रिया जो है पूरी हो गई है. अब तो प्रचार प्रसार जो है जोर शोर से होगा, और हम लोग तो 24 तारीख से जो है प्रचार शुरुआत हम लोग करेंगे. अब वो उनकी स्थिति नहीं रहेगी. अब कोई भी मुख्यमंत्री को डांट फटकार देता है. इतने लाचार मुख्यमंत्री पूरे देश में नहीं होंगे. वो तो स्पष्ट है. देखिए, नीतीश कुमार जी मुख्यमंत्री नहीं बनने जा रहे, ये तो स्पष्ट हो गया है. वो अमित शाह जी ने कह दिया. और जो उन्होंने 10,000 के बारे में कहा, उन्होंने कहा सीड मनी है, यानी उधार है. तो साफ स्पष्ट हो गया. लेकिन हम लोग जो देंगे वो आर्थिक न्याय के तौर पे देंगे.
Well, that was RJD's leader Tejas Yadav. Moving on to more breaking news details coming in from the United States. Once again, US President Donald Trump has stated that Washington would continue with their plans to impose a 155% tariff on Chinese goods imported into the United States beginning from November 1st, despite expressing his desire to maintain amicable ties with Beijing. Now, this big announcement comes just a week ahead of President Trump and President Xi's meeting in South Korea. Will that culminate into a full-blown tariff war? Here's a report.
As of November 1st, China will have about 155% tariff put on it. And I don't think it's sustainable for them, so I want to be nice to China. But China's been very rough with us over the years because we had presidents that weren't smart from a business standpoint. Some were good politicians, some weren't even good politicians, but they allowed China to take advantage of us and every other country to take advantage of us. If you see, I made a deal with the European Union. I made a deal with Japan, with South Korea. I made a lot of these deals that are great deals, and I was able to do it. It's really national security. I was able to do it because of tariffs. And we're getting hundreds of billions, even trillions of dollars paid into the United States. We're a very rich country again. We'll start paying off debt. We'll do a lot of things. We'll probably make a distribution out of some of the tariff money. I think we're going to make a distribution over the next fairly short period of time to people, because we took in so much money from the tariffs. Just European Union, $650 billion. Japan, $550 billion. South Korea, $350 billion. That's even a lot of money for you guys, right? That's not bad, right? But now we're taking in a lot of money, and it keeps people like this here, because that's why they're coming in. I mean, you wouldn't be, I mean, I'm not going to speak for you, but generally they won't be coming in if it weren't for tariffs. They come in here and they don't have to pay any tariff. If they do it outside, they pay a lot of money, a lot of tariffs. The money comes to us. And in order not to pay the tariff, they come and they build here. That's why we have more plants under construction than we've ever had in the history of our country. And you wouldn't think it's complicated, but you would have thought somebody would have done this a long time ago, sitting in this beautiful seat behind what's called the Resolute desk. You know that, right?
Well, those are the top headlines that we have been tracking at 11:30 a.m. this morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for a very short break, but do not go anywhere, because at top of 12, we break you exclusive details in the Mehul Choksi extradition case. Because coming up next on Republic is Republic tracking Nirav Modi's extradition, fugitive diamantaire who claims sensational developments now expected ahead of his hearing. Also coming up next is the big exclusive on Republic on Mehul Choksi's extradition. Belgium court has now cleared his extradition and will bring you exclusive insights into that court order. Do not go anywhere. We are live and breaking.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये हित तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा राजा और प्योर मसाला। सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
We see President Trump's efforts to bring peace to Ukraine. Of course, all these efforts are welcomed, but we don't see Russia really wanting peace. Russia only understands strength and only negotiates when it's really put to negotiate. So right now we don't see it yet. That's why we are discussing, of course, what more can we do. We are expecting this week also to adopt the 19th package of sanctions. Unfortunately, not today, but we have also a leaders meeting coming up in Thursday.
Following Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, the European Union prevented Russian aircraft from entering EU airspace, froze Vladimir Putin's and Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov's assets, and supported International Criminal Court proceedings against Putin for war crimes. Hence, his travel poses a major legal and logistical challenge, as ICC has a warrant out for him, and Putin cannot reach Budapest.
Republic Jack Oliver's studio. Stay tuned for all the breaking news and updates. I am Tanisha Avasthi. Let's get started.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल। ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े। क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Hello and welcome viewers, you're watching Republic TV. I'm Priyanka Chaudhary. Our big focus as the battleground for Bihar is heating up, and Congress has admitted that there is a rift in the Mahagathbandhan but says it's a friendly fight. We will be bringing you all the details, but first up the top headlines. Big exclusive on Republic on Mehul Choksi extradition. Belgium court clears extradition.
जितनी जीविका सीएम दीदियां हैं यानी कम्युनिटी मोबिलाइजर्स हैं, उन सभी सीएम दीदियों को स्थायी कर उन्हें सरकारी कर्मचारी का दर्जा देकर उनके वेतन को 30,000 प्रति माह हम लोग करेंगे।
RJD announces multiple freebies ahead of Bihar Assembly elections, says announcement on seat share in Mahagathbandhan soon.
वैसी स्थिति नहीं है, थोड़ी सीटों पर जरूर फ्रेंडली फाइट हो सकती है, बाकी कोई नहीं है। बिल्कुल हमने पूरी स्टडी कर ली है।
Congress admits rift in Mahagathbandhan in Bihar, claims it's a friendly fight. Republic finds technical snag in Mumbai to New York flight. Traffic collision avoidance system fails mid-air. Helicopter carrying President Draupadi Murmu gets stuck on helipad during Sabarimala visit. Security personnel attempt manual push. Fresh statement issued by Trump claims yet again that he spoke to PM Modi and has been assured that India will cut down Russian oil imports. And viewers, the breaking news are coming in. Independent MP Papu Yadav from Purnia voiced strong support for the India alliance, stating that public is eager for change and ready to back at a new government under its banner. Emphasizing Rahul Gandhi as the alliance's strongest ideological leader, Yadav said that the elections should be fought under his leadership, which would garner significant support from the backward communities, SCs and the STs. Latest breaking news are coming in, viewers. As far as the elections in Bihar is concerned, independent MP Papu Yadav has voiced strong support for the India alliance. Colleague Prakash is joining us for more details. Prakash, help us with the details as far as what exactly is brewing, given that independent MP Papu Yadav from Purnia has voiced his strong support for the India alliance, and he stated that public is eager for a change and ready to back a new government.
Well, as you rightly pointed out, he's an independent MP and he has no locus standi within the Congress party. He's just trying to create a confusion among the Mahagathbandhan because he competes with Tejasvi Yadav just because he's from the Yadav community, and we have covered him well enough to understand his psyche and politics. But as far as Tejasvi Yadav is concerned and Mahagathbandhan is concerned, they would be holding a joint press conference tomorrow pertaining to the seat-sharing arrangement or whatever candidates they have decided or finalized their names on. And if at all there would be any friendly contest or not, because the last date of withdrawal of nominations in many constituencies have passed on. So they would be deciding on that, and they would put up a joint press conference and tomorrow most likely before Chhat, and pose before the media to tell their point of view. What future lies ahead, what would be the agenda on which elections would be fought. And meanwhile, allegations and counter-allegations are on. Papu Yadav giving the idea that Rahul Gandhi is the biggest leader, but as far as Bihar is concerned, the Congress party is dependent on Tejasvi Yadav's Muslim Yadav vote bank.
That's right.
कि जनता एक तरफ नरेंद्र मोदी के चेहरे पर, विनाश के चेहरे पर, नफरत के चेहरे पर लड़ रही है। नीतीश कुमार को तो मुख्यमंत्री बनाए ना, तो उनका तो चेहरा है नहीं। और दूसरी तरफ बिहार की जनता राहुल गांधी के चेहरे पर चुनाव लड़ना चाहती है। बहुत क्लियर हूं मैं इस मामले में। राहुल गांधी के चेहरे पर चुनाव लड़ेंगे तो हम इंडिया गठबंधन की सरकार बना पाएंगे।
And Prakash, we are also listening into those sound bites coming in. The elections in Bihar is heating up, and we are also expecting the seat share from the side of Mahagathbandhan to also be released soon. What do we expect on that front?
As I said, there would be a joint press conference most likely tomorrow, and they would be putting up the agenda, one manifesto, as well as the common minimum program on which the elections would be fought in Bihar. And this is festival time in Bihar after Diwali. The biggest festival of Bihar is Chhat. So everything would come to a standstill in the next couple of days. And thereafter, once the Chhat festival is over, the campaigning would gain momentum. And very few days left for the first phase of election, that is on the 6th. For the campaigning ends on the 4th. So all the parties would galvanize their forces in the run-up to the elections.
That's right, Prakash. Thank you for joining us with those details. And we now get in more updates coming in on the broadcast. And moving on, viewers, to more news coming in on the broadcast. More updates coming in. These are the live visuals that we have cut into. This is President Draupadi Murmu to offer her prayers at the Sabarimala Ayyappa temple. She is the second president to visit the shrine, as before her, former President V.V. Giri had visited Sabarimala in 1970s and had travelled to the shrine in a dolly. We are bringing you visuals of President Draupadi Murmu. She will be offering her prayers at the Sabarimala temple shortly, as she is arriving at the temple. She has travelled from Pamba, and this is a convoy of four-wheel drive vehicles, and she is the first woman head of a state to visit the Lord Ayyappa shrine at the Sabarimala for offering her prayers. We are bringing you these live visuals of President Draupadi Murmu at the Sabarimala temple. President Murmu travelled to the shrine in a convoy of 5 four-wheel drive vehicles of the Kerala police, accompanied by an ambulance along the 4.5 kilometer long Swami Ayyappa road, which is a traditional trekking route to Sannidhanam. And she's arrived at Pamba by road from the Rajiv Gandhi Indoor Stadium at Pramadam. And it's a very, very significant development coming in. Live visuals are from the Sabarimala temple, as President Draupadi Murmu is going to be offering her prayers. She is the second president to visit the shrine, and before her it was President V.V. Giri who had visited Sabarimala in the 1970s. And she is also the first woman head of state to visit the Lord Ayyappa shrine at Sabarimala to offer her prayers. President Murmu is on a 4-day official visit to Kerala. She arrived at the Thiruvananthapuram only yesterday, and she was welcomed at an international airport in the state capital by Kerala Governor and also Chief Minister and other public representatives and senior officials who had joined in to welcome the President. And right now we are showing you the visuals of President Draupadi Murmu arriving at the Sabarimala temple. Very, 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 very significant visit of the President. She travelled from Pamba to Sannidhanam in a convoy of a four-wheel drive vehicle, and she is the first woman head of state to visit the Lord Ayyappa shrine at Sabarimala to offer her prayers. Live visuals coming in, viewers, on the broadcast. We are bringing to you the live coverage from Kerala, from Sabarimala temple, where President Draupadi Murmu is seen arriving. Earlier, President's chopper had faced a small mishap as it had got stuck on the helipad. The chopper had made a safe touchdown at the newly prepared helipad around 9:05 a.m. this morning, but its tires sank slightly into the freshly laid concrete soon after the president had safely disembarked the chopper. President Draupadi Murmu, however, continued her journey to Pampa by road without any delay, and there she is, arriving at the Sabarimala temple. In fact, adverse weather conditions were also reported, and the work on the helipad at the Pramadam Indoor Stadium was completed only a few hours before the president's flight's arrival. And initially, the president was scheduled to land at Nilakal, but in consideration of the inclement weather conditions prevailing in the region, the plan had changed at the last minute. And there are the visuals coming in. As you can see, President Draupadi Murmu at the Sabarimala temple. Shawan Sen is joining me on the phone line. Shawan, take us through these developments coming in. A very, very significant visit of President Draupadi Murmu at the Sabarimala temple as the second president till now to be at the shrine.
Well, in fact, this is quite significant with President Murmu, who's all set to offer prayers at Sabarimala Lord Ayappa temple. In fact, she happens to be the second president to visit the shrine. Just before her, you've had the former President V.V. Giri, who had visited Sabarimala. This was back in the 1970s. Now, she would be the second president to visit the shrine and offer prayers at the Lord Ayappa temple. That is going to happen a little later. We have already received the visuals a short while back of the president reaching there, and she's traveled from Pamba to Sannidhanam in a convoy. In fact, this morning there was a bit of a disruption, particularly with regards to her travel plans, keeping in mind that the helicopter she was traveling did actually get stuck at the tarmac. However, the condition appears to be better now, and the helicopter taking away from there. But bringing back to the focus on the president's visit, President Murmu's travel to the shrine. In fact, remember, she has traveled all the way. It's about a 4.5 kilometers long travel that she has taken, and a trekking route that is also to be undertaken by the president. She will basically arrive Pamba by road from the Rajiv Gandhi Indoor Stadium. In fact, this was around 8:40 this morning when she had landed there.
All right, Shawan, we have to move on to a big breaking news coming in. Viewers, we are moving on to a breaking development. It is a major development. A Belgium court has cleared the path for the extradition of fugitive businessman Mehul Choksi to India, with the Antwerp Court of Appeal ruling in favor of executing the two Indian arrest warrants issued against him. And we are bringing to you these visuals as well. This is an exclusive response to Republic TV. The Antwerp Attorney General had laid out a detailed 6-step legal assessment. All right, Legal Affairs Executive Editor Ridham Anand Bhardwaj is joining us also on the broadcast. We'll go across to Ridham. There are several developments are also coming in. The Court of Appeals, and we are bringing the visuals of the inside of the Court of Appeals in Antwerp that has approved Choksi's extradition to India, and they also ruled that his arrest by the Belgian police earlier this year was valid.
All right, so let's tell our viewers what we are bringing us. First of all, the Court of Appeals in Antwerp approved Choksi's extradition. Earlier, we had shot at the Court of Appeals, but these are visuals of Arthur Road Jail. For the very first time in a world exclusive, Republic TV accesses those visuals of Arthur Road Jail that have been shared with the authorities in Belgium. These are visuals that are clearly showing and nailed it in our favor, where India has showed that we have the Arthur Road Jail ready. Barrack number 12 is ready for Mehul Choksi when he's going to come back. The main fugitive on the run in the 13,000 crore rupee case is now fugitive businessman on the run, is going to be brought back. I'm going to go picture by picture that we are showing you. This is a picture we are showing of the toilet that has been given. It has been marked. The first picture which we are showing is of the main gate of Arthur Road Prison. The second picture which we are showing is of the bottom of the barrack number 12. It says, this is barrack number 12. this shows that this is a large passage. The third picture we are showing shows that there is enough ventilation clearing in the ground level. There is 20 feet on the three sides so as to allow free passage of light and air. What I'm trying to say, viewers, is that the Indian authorities have told the Belgium authorities that there is enough ventilation that is available in barrack number 12. The light condition is fine. The toilet conditions are fine. The cell is having sufficient sources of natural light. The cell has one main door, 3 windows, 5 upper ventilators which ensure fresh air with cross ventilation. This is one of the biggest grounds that is given in international courts by fugitives such as Vijay Mallya and Mehul Choksi that Indian jails are not fine. But these pictures that have been accessed, these are the 8 pictures accessed by Republic TV, show that there will be enough ventilation for Mehul Choksi once he resides in barrack number 12, the new guest house that's going to be given to the VVIP Mehul Choksi who wants VVIP treatment. Now this picture also shows that this is the outdoors of Arthur Road jail that is going to be greeting Mehul Choksi very soon once he's brought out from Belgium. The Arthur Road jail's new home of Mehul Choksi will also be showing us. They are showing us this is the toilet, through the passage through which he's going to go to the toilet. This is the main outdoor. The lights are switched on. There will be 6 hanging tube lights providing sufficient light in the cell. They also say there are 3 ceiling fans. There is also enough air circulation. Once the TV is also there provided, 1 TV is provided for news and entertainment, and there's an attached passage from the room that leads to the toilet. There is also an attached toilet with all essential amenities. There is also the barrack protected by a steel structure which we are showing you, which is after clearing the ground level of 20 feet on 3 sides so as to allow free passage of light and air inside the jail. What are we trying to show here? He's going to be lodged after being in a Belgian prison since April, where he was being arrested on a request by Indian authorities. He's now going to be brought and dragged back to the Arthur Road jail. The Court of Appeals that heard this case, remember Republic TV also reported from the Court of Appeals in April. From Antwerp, they've now approved the Choksi's extradition to India. They ruled that his arrest by Belgian police earlier this year was valid. The 66-year-old has been arrested by the Antwerp police on April following a formal request from Indian authorities. He's been lodged in Belgian prison. Multiple bail pleas were rejected on grounds that he posed a flight risk, with the finding that the major charges that India had made of criminal offences in Belgium are also there. This legal hurdle that was there for Choksi's attempts to prevent extradition has been over. 15 days time is given to Choksi. He'll try and appeal to the Supreme Court in Belgium. We have to see what will happen. But these pictures tell their own story. This is so clearly being done. Once this was raised as a ground before the court, immediately the Indian team moved the Belgium court, gave these pictures to them in an exclusive. We are showing you these pictures as a world exclusive, not accessed by anyone yet. These pictures show that the barrack that is protected by steel structure after clearing the ground level on 20 feet on 3 sides will also allow free passage of light and air inside the jail. The first picture shows the main gate of Arthur Road prison. The second photograph shows the barrack number 12 where there are 2 cells. Mehul Choksi will be kept in one of the cells. This picture is of a steel structure. After clearing the ground level, 3 sides will be allowing free passage of light. The white corridor that we were just showing you leads to the cell. For security and emergency, police personnel are deployed around the clock. Then we are showing you a picture which is showing you there's sufficient source of natural light. The cell will also have the main doors. What is the police and the authorities trying to tell the Belgium authorities? They are trying to say that one of the main grouses, and I've heard this myself in the Vijay Mallya case in the Westminster's court in London, they keep going on and on, the lawyers, that there is not enough jail conditions are not viable in India. However, now the Indian authorities, having understood this game that is played by fugitives are quickly running to the Belgium court and giving out and showing pictures that we do have enough amenities, fresh air, ventilation for these fugitives. Now, I also want to tell our viewers that the court that has passed this order, Choksi is not a Belgian citizen. They have said the offences cited by India, the court said, including fraud, forgery, document falsification, corruption, are also considered crimes under Belgian law. This is one of the main reasons that Mehul Choksi is going to be dragged back to India. The court has also noted that Choksi's role in these offences could involve participation of a criminal gang, fraud, corruption. These are also considered serious offences in Belgium, on Choksi's argument that he was kidnapped, on Choksi's argument that judiciary in India is not independent. The court said that these are not correct. There's nothing to prove this. In fact, the court also said that he will be kept in barrack number 12 of Mumbai's Arthur Road jail, which includes a 46 square meter area, 2 cells and a private toilet would be for them, which is exactly what we are showing you. India has won this battle. And also remember 13,815 crore defrauding of the Punjab National Bank. Nirav Modi already in a London prison. Mehul Choksi, his paternal uncle, is going to be dragged back from Belgium, and it's going to be seen only a matter of time now when we see this extradition taking place. Remember, India has this extradition with Mehul Choksi, an extradition plea with Belgium to get Mehul Choksi back to India.
That's right. We are, of course, bringing in those pictures that Republic has accessed, the super exclusive pictures shared by India, pictures which have been shared by Indian authorities with the Belgian government. And these are the world exclusive viewers, the pictures of Barrack 12 that awaits Choksi. Let us also now look at this report where we will be bringing you all the details and all the information in terms of the entire backdrop of the case.
Mehul Choksi, the fugitive diamond merchant wanted by Indian agencies since 2018 in the 13,000 crore Punjab National Bank scam. On October 18th, Belgium cleared a major legal roadblock, paving the way for Choksi's extradition to India. The prime accused in India's biggest banking fraud could soon face justice back home.
On October 18, Belgium cleared the legal roadblock in extradition of Indian fugitive Mehul Choksi, the prime accused in 13,000 crore PNB fraud case. Just this Monday, on October 20th, when I reached out to Antwerp Court in a written response to Republic, the Advocate General Ken Witpass confirmed that there is nothing stopping Belgium from extraditing Mehul Choksi to India.
Earlier this year, on 13th of April, Mehul Choksi was arrested in Belgium, acting on non-bailable warrants issued in 2018 and again in 2021. Indian officials had been tracking Choksi's movements for months. Once located, a formal extradition request was placed, one that now has no legal roadblock in Belgium. Choksi's return would mark another major diplomatic and legal victory for India, coming months after the successful extradition clearance of 2611 terror-accused Tahavur Rana from the United States. A billionaire fugitive soon to be brought back, a government chasing justice, and Republic tracking every move.
Moving on, viewers, the tragic news coming in from Gujarat's Vadodara, where a drunk driver rammed his car into the labourers residing on the footpath while driving recklessly. In this, a 4-year-old died on the spot when the wheels of the car rolled over him, while 4 others were left injured. In a tragic incident from Gujarat's Vadodara, a 4-year-old child lost his life when a drunk driver rammed his car into the labourers residing on the footpath. The incident occurred near the crossroad in Vadodara as the drunk driver was riding his car recklessly. 4 labourers were left injured in the incident when the car rammed into them. 2 bottles of foreign liquor were also found in the car when the people chased the driver who was fleeing from the accident spot. As per the preliminary information, the accused hit the labourers while they were asleep on the footpath near Raupura and ran towards Akshar Chowk. The police rushed to the spot and took the accused into custody while launching a tough investigation into the matter. Viewers, coming up on the other side, RJD announces multiple freebies ahead of the Bihar Assembly elections. Says announcement on seat share in Mahagathbandhan soon.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये तो है वाह वाह मामा क्या स्वाद है अरे मेरे राजा मसाला
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
Americans, let me also extend our warmest wishes to the people of India. I just spoke to your Prime Minister today. We had a great conversation. We talk about trade, we talk about a lot of things, but mostly the world of trade. He's very interested in that. Although we did talk of...
This is Republic Jack Oliver's studio. Stay tuned for all the breaking news and updates. I am Tanisha Avasthi. Let's get started.
प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरी डे।
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला। MDH।
Pakistan desires normalization with India based on principles of peaceful coexistence, sovereign equality.
In Dharavi, waste is not hidden. It lines the streets, clogs the drains, and surrounds daily life. Every corner here tells you a story about a community struggling with pollution, garbage, and poor sanitation. During the monsoon, rainwater mixes with sewage. Drains overflow, flooding the lanes where families live and work. The biggest worry for the parents out here is different kind of diseases. Cholera, malaria, typhoid. They are not just statistics here, but they have become a regular part of the community.
मेरा नाम मरेपा है, मरेपा कुंची कुरवे। ये जो नाले का पानी है वो आगे जाता नहीं, यहाँ से बहता है, पूरा पानी गंदा बास मारता है पूरा, और बीमार होता है, और मच्छर इतना हो गया पूछो मत। सब आंख खुजली खुजली, मच्छर किधर काटता है वो खुजली होता है पूरा। बहुत हैरान हो गया, आने जाने वाला, स्कूल जाने वाला छोकर लोग इतना गंदा गंदा पानी में बूट डाल के कैसे जाएगा? उन लोग को उठा उठा के भाई छोड़ना पड़ता है वहाँ से ये बाजू।
Most homes here don't have private toilets. Open blocks often being used by families. Hundreds of people use these kind of toilets every day. On top of that, broken facilities and poor management has added to the struggle. During the morning hours, the queue is long over here. The wait time is also more. During night hours, people often avoid going to the loo alone because of safety concerns. Pollution is not just in the drains, it's in the air too. Small recycling workshops, they burn plastics, melt metals, and they fill the lanes with smoke. Children or even elderly people, if they consume this air, it leads to cough, asthma, and so many other infections. Businesses add to the waste, but the disposal system is very weak here. The local collectors, they move it out, yet most of the garbage, it ends up being burnt in the open plots. This cycle continues. Waste produced, waste dumped, and waste lived with. In Dharavi, life does not stop. Life goes on. Children go to school, people go to work, families, they move on. But behind this resilience lies a strong battle against pollution, waste, and poor sanitation. This struggle tells you a story about dignity, health, and also the future of its people.
Hello viewers, we are live and breaking. I'm Shivangi Shukla getting you the latest coming in. It's a big win for India because we see that the Antwerp Attorney General has confirmed Mehul Choksi's extradition, saying that there's no legal hurdle left. That's a big story we're tracking right now, but the headlines first. Let's get started. Big exclusive on Republic on Mehul Choksi extradition. Belgium court clears the extradition. Republic gets the first and exclusive pictures of Arthur Road jail barrack shared by India to Belgium.
जितनी जीविका सीएम दीदियां हैं यानी कम्युनिटी मोबिलाइजर्स हैं, उन सभी सीएम दीदियों को स्थायी कर उन्हें सरकारी कर्मचारी का दर्जा देकर उनके वेतन को 30,000 प्रति माह हम लोग करेंगे।
RJD announces multiple freebies ahead of Bihar Assembly election, says announcement on seat sharing in Mahagathbandhan soon.
जितनी बातें कही गई है ना, वैसी स्थिति नहीं है। थोड़ी सीटों पर जरूर फ्रेंडली फाइट हो सकती है, बाकी कोई नहीं है। बिल्कुल हमने पूरी स्टडी कर ली है।
Congress admits rift in Mahagathbandhan in Bihar, claims it's a friendly fight. Republic finds technical snag in Mumbai to New York flight. Traffic collision avoidance system fails mid-air. Helicopter carrying President Draupadi Murmu gets stuck on helipad during the Sabrimala visit. Security personnel attempt manual push. Viewers, as we count down to the Bihar elections, we're getting some updates coming in where independent MP Papu Yadav from Purnia voiced strong support for the India line, stating that the public is eager for change and ready to back a new government under its banner, emphasizing Rahul Gandhi as the alliance's strongest ideological leader. Yadav said that the elections should be fought under his leadership, which, by the way, would garner significant support from backward communities, SCs and STs. Now, this is coming in the backdrop of a huge rift in the Mahagathbandhan and a lot of to and fro when it comes to seat sharing.
मैं मुख्यमंत्री के व्यक्तित्व पर, चेहरे पर कोई बात नहीं करूंगा। बिहार की जनता एक तरफ नरेंद्र मोदी के चेहरे पर, विनाश के चेहरे पर, नफरत के चेहरे पर लड़ रही है। नीतीश कुमार को तो मुख्यमंत्री बनाए ना, तो उनका तो चेहरा है नहीं। विड्रॉ चाहते हैं 12 सीट। और दूसरी तरफ बिहार की जनता राहुल गांधी के चेहरे पर चुनाव लड़ना चाहती है। बहुत क्लियर हूं मैं इस मामले में। राहुल गांधी के चेहरे पर चुनाव लड़ेंगे तो हम इंडिया गठबंधन की सरकार बना पाए। विड्रॉ तो आप चाहते हैं फ्रेंडली फाइट वाली सीट? ना, मैं तो चाहता ही हूँ किसी कीमत पर विड्रॉ हो। सारे कांग्रेस के सीटों पर फ्रेंडली फाइट हुई है। हम सबसे पहला चाहेंगे कि हर कीमत पर यदि विड्रॉ हो तो मंटा सिंह के चेहरे सीट पर विड्रॉ हो, नवादा कहलगांव हो हर कीमत पर, वैशाली हो, शाश्वत के नरकटियागंज हो, हम तो चाहेंगे।
Getting some big breaking news coming in. LJP leader Chirag Paswan launched a sharp attack on Rahul Gandhi over the ongoing confusion in the Mahagathbandhan seat sharing arrangement, questioning how nominations could be completed. without clarity on which party is contesting which seats, criticizing Rahul Gandhi's absence from the political scene. Asked why Gandhi had not stepped in to resolve the growing doubts and controversies within the alliance. Let's go and play out that statement.
उनको नहीं संभाल पा रहे, मेरी तो समझ के परे है कि भाई ये लोग कौन सी दुनिया में ये लोग जी रहे हैं। यहाँ पे आज की तारीख में जब दूसरे चरण का नामांकन हो गया है, इस तरीके की बातें करके अपने बिखरे हुए या कोलैप्स गठबंधन के ऊपर जो ये लोग पर्दा डालने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं, हम जब सरकार में आएंगे, हम जब सरकार में आएंगे, हम ये करेंगे, हम वो करेंगे। प्रभु आप आइएगा कैसे सरकार में? ऐसा गठबंधन आज तक कभी भारत के राजनीतिक इतिहास में हम लोगों ने नहीं देखा, जहाँ पे घटक दल एक दूसरे के सामने है। दूसरे चरण का और फाइनल नामांकन की पूरी प्रक्रिया समाप्त हो चुकी है, उसके बावजूद भी अभी भी नहीं पता कि कौन कितनी सीटों पे चुनाव लड़ रहा है, नहीं लड़ रहा है। एक साथ घटक दल कभी एक साथ बैठे नहीं। राहुल जी जिन्होंने इतनी मेहनत की, सब आए SIR को लेकर लोगों को भ्रमित करने का कार्य किया, सब किया, वेयर इज़ ही, है कहाँ वो? कंप्लीटली वैनिश्ड। इतना यहाँ पे गठबंधन में बवाल चल रहा है, क्या ये नैतिक जिम्मेदारी दो बड़े घटक दलों की नहीं थी? क्या ये राहुल जी और नेता प्रतिपक्ष बिहार में तेजस्वी, इन दोनों की ये नैतिक जिम्मेदारी नहीं थी कि दोनों एक साथ बैठें और गठबंधन में जितने भी बॉटल नेक्स हैं उसको क्लियर किया जाए, इन सारे जितनी भी उलझने हैं उनको सुलझाने का प्रयास किया जाए? ये तो गंभीरता का अभाव दिखाता है। ये तो शरीर से दिखाता है कि शायद कांग्रेस सीरियस ही नहीं है बिहार के चुनाव को लड़ने को लेकर।
When asked, the Union Minister Chirag Paswan has said that the NDA is united in backing Nitish Kumar as the chief minister. Let's listen in to that statement.
अगर आप 29 सीट लड़ते रहेंगे, छोटी पार्टी कहलाएंगे, तो बिहार में मुख्यमंत्री कैसे बनेंगे? तेजस्वी जी देखिए 143 सीट पर लड़ते हैं। आप कब चिराग पासवान उस स्थिति में आएंगे कि नीतीश कुमार जैसी स्थिति हो, 140 सीट लड़े, 100 सीट लड़े?
मेरा पहला जंप ही लोक जनशक्ति पार्टी रामविलास बनने के बाद 3 साल पुरानी ये जो पार्टी नई बनी है, मेरे पिता की लेगेसी वो एक अलग विषय है, बट ये नई पार्टी एक नए सिंबल के साथ विदिन 3 years फ्रॉम 0 to 29, फ्रॉम सिंगल सांसद टू 5 सांसद, ये अपने में मैं मानता हूँ कि एक डिसेंट जंप है। और समय बीतने दीजिए, अभी मैं मानूंगा कि मेरे साथ भी उम्र है और मुझे जल्दबाजी में कुछ नहीं चाहिए, बट जब आए तो स्थिरता के साथ आए। उसके लिए आपको जमीन को उतना मजबूत करना होगा और फिलहाल मैं उसी
अभी आपको इस नजरिए से देखा जाता है कि पासवान समुदाय का 5% वोट है, वो चिराग पासवान के पास है और उस हिसाब से सीटें थमा दी जाती हैं। चिराग पासवान इसको व्यापक तौर पे कब ले जाने की कोशिश करेंगे?
तो जो मेरा MY की जो सोच है, जिसके साथ मैं आगे बढ़ रहा हूँ, जिस दिन मैं उसको पूर्णतः धरातल पर उतार पाऊंगा,
क्या है MY आपका?
सो मेरा MY में M में महिलाएं हैं, Y में युवा हैं। मैं बहुत ज्यादा क्या, मैं जात पात धर्म मजहब में मैं विश्वास नहीं करता। मैं नहीं मानता कि बिहारियों को जात में, धर्म में, मजहब में या लिंग भेद में बांटकर देखा जाना चाहिए। बिहारी एज अ होल 14 करोड़ बिहारियों की हम लोग को लड़ाई लड़ने की ज़रूरत है। तो ऐसे में जो लोग M में सांप्रदायिकता देखते हैं और Y में जातीयता देखते हैं, मैं MY में महिलाओं का समावेश देखता हूं, भले वो किसी भी जात धर्म से आती हों, जो कि देश की नहीं दुनिया की आधी आबादी है। और Y में मैं युवाओं को देखता हूं, जो हमारे प्रदेश की ही नहीं बल्कि पूरे देश की सबसे बड़ी आबादी हैं। तो मैं इस समीकरण के साथ मैं आगे बढ़ रहा हूँ। जिस दिन मुझे इस समीकरण के साथ जोड़कर देखा जाएगा और मुझे एक समीकरण से निकालकर समावेश वाली सोच वाला नेता समझा जाएगा, तो मैं मानूंगा कि मैं सफल रास्ते पर जा रहा हूं।
तेजस्वी यादव ने तो कह दिया कि वो मुख्यमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं। क्या आप भी एक दिन, मैं लालू यादव का इंटरव्यू किया था 2006 में, तो उन्होंने अंग्रेजी में कहा था मुझसे, वन डे आई विल बिकम द प्राइम मिनिस्टर, वन डे।
बिल्कुल सही।
तो डस चिराग पासवान वन डे?
ऑफ कोर्स वन डे। मैं मानता हूं कि जुबान में 24 घंटे में एक बार सरस्वती विराजमान होती हैं। कतई मैं अपने मुख से कोई ऐसी गलत बात नहीं बोलूंगा जो इवेंचुअली मैनिफेस्ट हो जाए और मैं उसका रिग्रेट करूं। तो जरूर मैं एक दिन मैं चाहूंगा कि मैं बिहार का नेतृत्व करने का मौका मुझे बिहार की जनता
आप
दे।
मैनिफेस्ट करते हैं?
हाँ,
मैनिफेस्ट करते हैं कि बिहार का मुख्यमंत्री बने?
ऑफ कोर्स, व्हाई विल आई नॉट डू दैट, बट वो दिन आज हो ये ज़रूरी नहीं है। जैसा मैंने कहा कि मुझे सब कुछ आज नहीं चाहिए, बट जब आए तो स्थिरता के साथ आए, और इतना धैर्य है मुझ में कि मैं उस दिन का इंतज़ार कर सकूं। और मैं सब कर सकता हूं, मेरे प्रधानमंत्री की नज़रों में अपने आप को मैं गिरता हुआ कभी नहीं देख सकता।
अगर प्रधानमंत्री आपको कहें कि चिराग, मैं आपको मुख्यमंत्री बनाता हूं बिहार का, और आप अपनी पार्टी को मर्ज कर लें बीजेपी में।
हम लोग हाइपोथेटिकल से बहुत हाइपोथेटिकल हो,
ऐसा,
बट देन व्हेन इट कम्स टू मर्जर की बात, मैं ये मानता हूं, क्योंकि हाइपोथेटिकली मैं ये मानता हूं कि हाइपोथेटिकली भी मेरे प्रधानमंत्री नहीं बोलेंगे, क्योंकि मुझे इतने अच्छे से वो जानते हैं और उनको अच्छा लगता है कि मैं अपने दम पर अपनी पार्टी को लीड कर रहा हूं। व्यक्तिगत मुलाकातों में, 1-to-1 इंटरेक्शंस में कई बार उन्होंने मुझे
बीजेपी में अभी देख रहा हूं मैं, सेकंड रंग लीडरशिप सुशील मोदी के जाने के बाद एक दर्द है। और मान लीजिए एक दलित चेहरा उभारना चाहें, दलित मुख्यमंत्री अभी है भी नहीं, वो कहे कि चिराग आप मर्ज कर लीजिए, मैं आपको मुख्यमंत्री बना देता हूं, आप मर्ज करेंगे और मुख्यमंत्री बनना चाहेंगे?
नहीं, मैं नहीं करूंगा, बिकॉज दिस कांट बी एन इंडिविजुअल डिसीजन।
All right, we're getting pictures coming in right now, viewers. We can see that Defense Minister Rajnath Singh is live, and these are coming in, where Olympic medalist Neeraj Chopra is being honored. Now, the ceremony of Olympic gold medalist Lieutenant Colonel Neeraj Chopra is being held, marking a very significant milestone in his decorated career. Chopra is a two-time Olympic medalist, was conferred with the honorary rank of Lieutenant Colonel by the Indian Army. And he was already awarded the Arjuna Award for his exploits in athletics 2 years later, and then received the Khel Ratna Award for his performance in the field of sports in 2021. Those are pictures coming in. Olympic medalist Neeraj Chopra being honored. And we can also see, viewers, that the Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi and Rajnath Singh are present as Neeraj Chopra is being honored. Just talk a little bit more about Neeraj Chopra. He was promoted to the rank of Subedar Major in 2022, and then the Indian javelin throw ace also became a recipient of the Padma Shri, the fourth highest civilian award in India, in the same year. Live pictures coming in of Neeraj being conferred with the honorary rank of Lieutenant Colonel by the Indian Army. He is a two-time Olympic medalist who has made India proud on many, many occasions on the world stage. He's brought honor, he's brought pride, he's brought Olympic medals to India, and has made every Indian proud. Those pictures coming in on Republic TV as Neeraj Chopra is being honored. It's a very significant milestone in his already decorated career. Neeraj joined the Indian Army as a junior commissioned officer in 2016, and so many years later and so many times, so many honors, so many medals, making India proud. Those pictures are coming in of Neeraj being conferred with the honorary rank of Lieutenant Colonel by the Indian Army. You can see that the Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi and Rajnath Singh are both honoring Neeraj Kumar with the honorary rank of Lieutenant Colonel by the Indian Army. That's the honor that he's getting. And those are the pictures coming in right now on Republic TV as Neeraj Chopra is getting honored at a time when he has made India proud multiple times. He's a two-time Olympic medalist, was conferred with the honorary rank of Lieutenant Colonel by the Indian Army, and he had joined the Indian Army as a junior commissioned officer on August 26, 2016. He was awarded the Arjuna Award for his exploits in athletics 2 years later, and then received the Khel Ratna Award for his performance in the field of sports in 2021. Then he was promoted to the rank of Subedar in 2021, following his historic gold medal win at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. The 27-year-old athlete was awarded the Param Vishisht Seva Medal, the highest peacetime honor of the Indian Army in 2022. And then he was promoted to the rank of Subedar Major in 2022, and then Indian javelin throw ace also became a recipient of the Padma Shri, the fourth highest civilian award in India the same year. Let's go to Ishan, who's joining us. Ishan, this is a huge honor for Neeraj Chopra, and he has made India proud on the world stage, brought so many medals for India, and today he's being honored.
Absolutely. Neeraj Chopra has been promoted to the rank of colonel in the Indian Army. This is an honorary rank, does not come with any of the duties, but does come with steady pay. This system of awarding players and athletes rank in the Army, Air Force, Navy and other services of India is a way to promote athletics in India. And it provides a steady income, although Neeraj Chopra might not need it, but there are a lot of athletes in India who do need financial support. And this is a way for the Indian Army to show its support to the athletic community of India, going hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder, bringing medals for India and making India proud. Both of them are rendering a service to the nation and are definitely step in the right direction. Back to you.
All right. Well, thank you, Ishan, for getting us those updates. It's a big honor that is coming in for Neeraj Chopra. We see that Neeraj is being conferred with the honorary rank of Lieutenant Colonel by the Indian Army, and present with him are the Army Chief, General Upendra Dwivedi and Rajnath Singh. So as pictures are coming in, viewers of Neeraj Chopra getting honored. Like we said, he's been conferred with the honorary rank of Lieutenant Colonel by the Indian Army. A very proud moment for Neeraj Chopra and for every Indian. A tragic news coming in from Gujarat's Vadodara, where a drunk driver rammed his car into the labourers residing on the footpath while driving recklessly. In this, a 4-year-old died on the spot when the wheels of the car rolled over him, while 4 others were injured. Take a look.
In a tragic incident from Gujarat's Vadodara, a 4-year-old child lost his life when a drunk driver rammed his car into the labourers residing on the footpath. The incident occurred near the crossroad in Vadodara as the drunk driver was riding his car recklessly. 4 labourers were left injured in the incident when the car rammed into them. 2 bottles of foreign liquor were also found in the car when the people chased the driver who was fleeing from the accident spot. As per the preliminary information, the accused hit the labourers while they were asleep on the footpath near Raupura and ran towards Akshar Chowk. The police rushed to the spot and took the accused into custody while launching a tough investigation into the matter.
Dramatic turn of global diplomacy. US President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin may soon come face-to-face at the upcoming Budapest summit. But can Putin even make it to the venue? The ICC arrest warrant, NATO airspace restrictions and the ongoing Ukraine war have created an unprecedented geopolitical maze around the Russian leader's possible travel. Watch this report to know more.
We see President Trump's efforts to bring peace to Ukraine. Of course, all these efforts are welcomed, but we don't see Russia really wanting peace. Russia only understands strength and only negotiates when it's really put to negotiate. So right now we don't see it yet. That's why we are discussing, of course, what more can we do. We are expecting this week also to adopt the 19th package of sanctions. Unfortunately, not today, but we have also a leaders meeting coming up in Thursday.
Following Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, the European Union prevented Russian aircraft from entering EU airspace, froze Vladimir Putin's and Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov's assets, and supported International Criminal Court proceedings against Putin for war crimes. Hence, his travel poses a major legal and logistical challenge, as ICC has a warrant out for him, and Putin cannot reach Budapest without crossing NATO airspace or that of a country signed up to the International Criminal Court. When Putin visited Alaska for the Anchorage summit in August, the US granted special clearance for the presidential plane, a modified Ilyushin Il-96 airliner known as the Flying Kremlin, to fly. If Putin decides to visit Budapest, he will need similar special authorization to fly over an EU member state. Putin's voyage from Moscow to Budapest, which used to take 3 hours via Belarus and western Ukraine, has become complicated as a result of the Ukraine war and EU airspace restrictions. Flying over Ukraine is perilous due to the ongoing conflict and the threat of assaults, like as the recent Ukrainian drone strike near Kursk that targeted Putin's chopper. Putin might fly through Belarus into Poland for 5 hours, then fly south over Slovakia into Hungary. While Slovakia, an EU member with pro-Moscow sentiments, would likely permit his passage, Poland, a staunch NATO member and ICC supporter, would not. Experts claim this route is the most likely choice for Putin, as this route passes through Turkey, the Mediterranean and Serbia, avoiding problems of diplomatic nature and security risks.
There is no place for war criminals in Europe. There is no way through Europe for war criminals to any events. And this is the very important thing also for us to underline and stress again. We're in strong support of Ukraine, and we are continuing with our continued pressure on Russia. The only place for Putin in Europe, that's in Hague, in front of the tribunal, not in any of our capitals. And this is very clear. Thank you.
Are you taking action to prevent Putin from visiting Budapest?
I cannot imagine him crossing our airspace.
Regarding Budapest, no, it's not nice. I mean, to see that really a person put to the arrest warrant by the ICC is coming to a European country. And again, you know, the question is whether there's any outcome out of this. This is, I think, what we need to see, how these things are going in Budapest, as we have been very firm that Russia only negotiates when they are put under pressure. So we hope that also President Trump does that. Which would have been that it's President Zelensky who meets Putin, because it's actually them who have to agree on this. So, as I said, I mean they are meeting, but let's see what's coming out of that meeting. I think it's important that President Zelensky also meets Putin, and they can discuss actually what they can do. If America has a lot of strength to pressure Russia to come to the negotiation table. If they use that, then of course this is good. If Russia stops this war.
Vladimir Putin elnököt is tisztelettel várjuk. Természetesen biztosítjuk számára azt, hogy Magyarországra belépjen, itt sikeres tárgyalás folytasson, majd pedig utána hazatérjen. Semmifajta egyeztetésre nincsen szükség senkivel. Mi egy szuverén ország vagyunk, itt Vladimir Putyint, Oroszország elnökét tisztelettel fogjuk fogadni, vendégül látni és biztosítani a körülményeket, hogy az amerikai elnökkel tudjon tárgyalni. Nem válaszoltam, de azt gondolom, hogy
And viewers, we will be getting you back-to-back updates. Do not go anywhere. We are live and breaking. Coming up next, Republic exclusive on Mehul Choksi's extradition. Belgium court clears the extradition. Stay tuned.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 11th year, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर मसाला।
Bliss. It teases, it soothes, and sometimes speaks without words. Experience bliss in all its forms with Hindware. Hindware, designed for bliss.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
We see President Trump's efforts to bring peace to Ukraine. Of course, all these efforts are welcome, but we don't see Russia really wanting peace. Russia only understands strength and only negotiates when it's really put to negotiate. So right now we don't see it yet. That's why we are discussing, of course, what more can we do. We are expecting this week also to adopt the 19th package of sanctions.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल।
ये रंग दे,
ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े। क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
Americans, let me also extend our warmest wishes to the people of India. I just spoke to your Prime Minister today. We had a great conversation. We talk about trade, we talk about a lot of things, but mostly the world of trade. He's very interested in that. Although we did talk a little while ago about let's have no wars with Pakistan. And I think the fact that trade was involved, I was able to talk about that. And we have no war with Pakistan and India. That was a very, very good thing. But he's a great person, and he's become a great friend of mine over the years. In a few moments, we'll light the Diya as a symbol of faith in the victory of light over darkness. It's a beautiful term, light over darkness. That's what it's all about. It's knowledge over ignorance and good over evil. During Diwali, revelers recall ancient stories of enemies defeated, obstacles removed, and captives freed. The glow of the Diya flame reminds us to seek the path of wisdom and to work with diligence and to always give.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Big exclusive on Republic on Mehul Choksi extradition. Belgium court clears the extradition. Republic gets the first and exclusive pictures of Water Road jail barrack shared by India to Belgium.
जितनी जीविका सीएम दीदियां हैं यानी कम्युनिटी मोबिलाइजर्स हैं, उन सभी सीएम दीदियों को स्थायी कर उन्हें सरकारी कर्मचारी का दर्जा देकर उनके वेतन को 30,000 प्रति माह हम लोग करेंगे।
RJD announces multiple freebies ahead of Bihar Assembly elections, says announcements on seat sharing in Mahagathbandhan to be announced soon. Congress admits rift in Mahagathbandhan.
वैसी स्थिति नहीं है, थोड़ी सीटों पर जरूर फ्रेंडली फाइट हो सकती है, बाकी कोई नहीं है। बिल्कुल हमने पूरी स्टडी कर ली है।
Big friendly fight claimed by Congress and the RJD. Tejasvi to make big announcement tomorrow amid rift rumors. Republic finds technical snag in Mumbai to New York flight. Traffic collision avoidance system fails mid-air. Helicopter carrying President Draupadi Murmu gets stuck on helipad during Sabrimala visit. Security personnel attempt manual push. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Live and Breaking with me, Krutat Patnaik. At 1 p.m. this afternoon, we are tracking the big developments coming in from the state of Bihar, where the battleground is now becoming even more bigger. Tejasvi Yadav claims that there is going to be a big conversation about the Gathbandhan talks tomorrow. And amidst this, Nityanand Rai has slammed Tejasvi Yadav after his big press conference earlier today. Union Minister of State for Home Affairs, Nityanand Rai, has slammed Tejasvi and has called him the symbol of corruption and nepotism. Sharpening his attack, Rai said that the whole family of Tejasvi believes in nepotism, anarchy and corruption. Even family members of Tejasvi who are poor were given jobs in exchange for land. Rai said that people of Bihar do not want Jungle Raj, and that's why the government of Mahagathbandhan will not be formed. So that's a scathing attack coming in from top BJP leader. Let's listen in to that soundbite.
जनता का मन बना चुकी है। इस बार डबल इंजन की सरकार से तम आ गई है, क्योंकि बिहार में अपराध और भ्रष्टाचार बढ़ गया है।
देखिए, बिहार 20 वर्षों में विकास के रास्ते पे तेजी से बढ़ा है। भ्रष्टाचार के प्रतीक, परिवारवाद के प्रतीक तेजस्वी जी हैं। तेजस्वी का पूरा कुनबा, पूरा परिवार और पूरा आरजेडी भ्रष्टाचार और आतंक, उन्माद में, परिवारवाद में विश्वास करता है। लोगों ने देखा है कि 20 वर्ष पहले इस बिहार में सड़कें नहीं थी, बिजली नहीं थी, पानी नहीं था, शिक्षा की कोई व्यवस्था नहीं थी, विकास नाम का कोई चीज नहीं था और खाली घोटाला ही घोटाला था, भ्रष्टाचार घोटाला था। अभी रेलवे वाले में गरीब, वहां तक कि तेजस्वी के परिवार में भी कोई गरीब है, उससे भी बिना जमीन लिए हुए नौकरी नहीं दिया।
But it's not just the RJD that's on the BJP's radar. Now the BJP is also coming out with a scathing attack on Prashant Kishore's Jan Suraj party. Some more breaking news coming in, ladies and gentlemen. In an exclusive conversation with Republic, Bihar's Deputy Chief Minister Samrat Chaudhary has called Prashant Kishore's Jan Suraj party as the B team of the Congress. Samrat Chaudhary said that Prashant Kishore has no ideology and his party is full of corruption. He further said that they should give details of the funding of Jan Suraj party, but Prashant Kishore is not doing so, and by doing these things coming from politics, he has taken money from the trust, and that Jan Suraj is the B team of the Congress party. The funding is coming from Karnataka, is the big allegation being levelled by Bihar's sitting Deputy Chief Minister Samrat Chaudhary on Prashant Kishore, just a day after Prashant Kishore levelled coercion allegations against the BJP. Listen into that soundbite.
प्रशांत किशोर तो कह रहे हैं कि उनकी सरकार बन रही है।
अब देखिए, कुछ चीजों पे आप चर्चा करके प्रकाश जी, इतने हल्के लोगों पर क्या कमेंट करना, क्या राजनीतिक वजूद है, क्या किया बिहार के लिए, क्या सोच है, कुछ पता है?
मैंने देखा
ना आइडियोलॉजी है, फुल ऑफ करप्शन है।
क्या करप्शन है?
फुल करप्शन।
जैसे
मतलब
मेरे दर्शकों को बताइए।
आप समझिए, आप इतना जो पैसे की ताकत दिखाते हो, कहां से लाए, ये तो बताना होगा ना। जैसे आप पॉलिटिशियन नहीं थे तब तो आपसे नहीं पूछे जाते थे। आज हम लोगों से क्यों एफिडेविट किया जाता है कि एफिडेविट में ये जिक्र होता है कि आपकी आमदनी क्या है, आपके पास पैसा क्या है, आपने जीवन का आपका करियर क्या है, आपराधिक रिकॉर्ड क्या
तो बोल रहे हैं साहब कि 2 घंटे का वो मशरूम का फंगस का
मजाक करने का जरूरत नहीं है प्रकाश जी। अब ये
14 करोड़ लिया
ये सब लुटेरे हैं।
वो नवयुगा कंपनी को सिखा रहे हैं 14 करोड़।
नवयुगा
इंजीनियरिंग कंपनी है।
नवयुगा इंजीनियरिंग कंपनी है और कोई फंगस सिखा रहा है। मशरूम की चर्चा कर।
जब उन्होंने ये बात बताया तो मैं अपनी हंसी नहीं रोक पाया। आज भी
नहीं रोक पाइएगा। देखिए, आप एक नहीं, ऐसी हजारों कंपनियां हैं।
क्या है?
देखिए, ये लोग ट्रस्ट के पैसा से पूरा जीवन चला रहे हैं। कोई व्यक्तिगत हम लोगों की लड़ाई है नहीं, लेकिन पॉलिटिकल तौर पर सोचिए,
ट्रस्ट के पैसा से कर क्या रहे हैं? सीएसआर पैसा, मतलब
सीएसआर पैसा से कैसे आप पॉलिटिक्स कर सकते हो? ये तो वायलेशन है, आप कुछ कर ही नहीं सकते हो। ये सब थॉरली करप्ट है, थॉरली। ये लोग लुटेरे हैं, लूट के पैसा पूरे देश से काम किया आपने 2 साल पहले। 2 साल पहले पार्टी कहते हैं ना कि हमने बनाया। अरे तो 2 साल पहले पार्टी बनाया तो बिहार से बाहर गए क्यों? आप अब रिस्पॉन्सिबल पॉलिटिकल लीडर हो। आप पॉलिटिकल लीडर, आपको रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी समझना पड़ेगा।
मुझे बिंदु,
आप या तो धंधा,
आप फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर हैं बिहार के,
आप यदि धंधा कर रहे हैं तो ये बताना पड़ेगा कि मैं धंधेबाज हूं या पॉलिटिशियन है। ये शुद्ध पॉलिटिकल स्टेट है, यहाँ पैसा पे राजनीति नहीं होता है।
फंगस को ठीक करने के लिए वो 14 करोड़ ले रहे हैं। तो क्या क्या गड़बड़ियां हैं जो आप लोग लिखित शिकायत देंगे कहीं किसी फोरम पे?
लोगों को इतनी फुर्सत ही नहीं है कि यूजलेस काम में पड़े। लड़ाई लालू जी से है, कहां आप इस चक्कर में पड़े हैं प्रकाश जी? ये सब कांग्रेस की बी टीम है, कांग्रेस के गोद में खेल रहे हैं। पैसा आ रहा है कर्नाटक से, तेलंगाना से। ये वोट कटवा लोग आए थे, चला गया। जनता समझ गई है बिहार की कि ये सिर्फ बीजेपी एनडीए को डैमेज करने आई थी। बिहार की जनता समझ चुकी है। अब सीधा सीधा लड़ाई सिर्फ और सिर्फ लालू प्रसाद से, कहीं किसी से
वो
नहीं।
तो सही बात है।
So those are the latest exclusives coming in on that big Bihar fight that is brewing in, ladies and gentlemen. All day, every day, we'll be covering all the breaking news developments coming in from the battleground of Bihar. Moving on to some more breaking news details coming in from the state of Gujarat, where some tragic news is coming in from Gujarat's Vadodara, where a drunk driver rammed his car into labourers who were sleeping on a footpath while driving recklessly. In this, a 4-year-old girl has died on the spot when the wheels of the car rolled over him, while 4 others were injured. Here's a quick report on what exactly happened in Gujarat. Take a look.
In a tragic incident from Gujarat's Vadodara, a 4-year-old child lost his life when a drunk driver rammed his car into the labourers residing on the footpath. The incident occurred near the crossroad in Vadodara as the drunk driver was riding his car recklessly. 4 labourers were left injured in the incident when the car rammed into them. 2 bottles of foreign liquor were also found in the car when the people chased the driver who was fleeing from the accident spot. As per the preliminary information, the accused hit the labourers while they were asleep on the footpath near Raupura and ran towards Akshar Chowk. The police rushed to the spot and took the accused into custody while launching a tough investigation into the matter.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting some fresh breaking news inputs on the Zubin Garg death probe, where the SIT has exclusively spoken to Republic, which is in Singapore at the moment, to further probe the matter. The SIT to Republic has said that they have had a fruitful meeting with the authorities in Singapore and that all other work is in good progress in the probe. That's the big breaking development coming in. The special investigation team under the Criminal Investigation Department of Assam Police had visited Singapore to probe the Zubin Garg death case. My colleague joins me live on the broadcast at the moment. Anirudh, what's the latest that you're picking up from the SIT team, which is in Singapore at the moment, carrying out the investigation?
Yes, the SIT is in Singapore, headed by the chief of SIT himself, MP Gupta, special DGP of Assam Police, and also the head of the CID department. And today morning, the SIT has informed Republic TV that the meeting for which they went to Singapore, as far as the investigation related to Zubin Garg's death probe is concerned, in Singapore also they have registered a separate case and the matter is being investigated there. So the Assam Police and the Singapore Police Force get together, and we are getting to know that they had a very fruitful meeting. And in fact, apart from the fruitful meeting that the SIT had with the Singapore Police Force, the SIT has also improved that all the aspects of investigation which they were supposed to carry out.
Zubin Garg case, sorry to interject, but more breaking news updates are coming in. Zabihullah Mujahid, the spokesperson of Arat-e-Lami, Afghanistan, has said that American representatives have contacted Afghanistan during the war with Pakistan. That's the big breaking news development coming in now, that the Americans are now also getting involved in the conflict. That's the big breaking news break that we are getting. Zabihullah Mujahid, who is the spokesperson of Arat-e-Lami, Afghanistan, has said that American representatives now are contacting Afghans during the war with Pakistan. He also said that in an interview that he had received some messages from American representatives during the war which aimed to try to reach a ceasefire and end the fighting. Now, Mujahid also added that the war did not last long enough to require mediation by major powers like the United States. According to him, now the efforts of Qatar and some other countries paved the way for a ceasefire situation and an end of the conflict between Afghanistan and Pakistan. He further thanked all the countries that expressed sympathy and cooperation with Afghanistan during the war. So that's the big breaking news development coming in. No secrets there. Gursimran joining me live on the broadcast that Pakistan once again ran to the Americans and Americans attempted, Gursimran, to contact the Afghans for a ceasefire. But until then, Qatar and other nations had already mediated. What does this tell us about the evolving situation between Afghanistan and Pakistan?
See, it was very clear from the very first day that when negotiations started that there will be a US role, and yes, it was very clear that Pakistan ran to the United States to seek their help, to their intervention, so that the hostilities along the Durand line can be contained. And now Zabihullah Mujahid, the spokesperson for the Afghan government, has said that it was the Afghan representative that contacted him, that spoke to the Afghanistan government during the war. He said that since the war was not long lasting, there was no need that the US needs to be involved, because the Qatar and Turkey and Saudi Arabia, they have played important role in the ceasefire and to end the conflict. So we're very clear that the US that has been acting as one of the plea hearers for the Pakistan was once again reached upon by Pakistan, because Pakistan was suffering a lot when it comes to the Durand line hostilities, and there many of the vital posts were also captured by the Afghan Taliban. So now the situation for the Pakistan was like they needed any friend, and then they ran to United States, which contacted the Afghanistan side, but Afghan, they actually went by the side of Qatar, Turkey and Saudi Arabia, and then reached upon a permanent ceasefire, at least for the time being.
Gursimran, do tell us also about the evolving situation between Afghanistan and Pakistan now that US mediation talks were also being attempted at that point of time. In the last 24 hours, we have seen significant escalation by the TTP in Pakistan, beg your pardon, and at the same time the situation continues to remain tense. What are you picking up from your Afghan sources?
See, the internal situation, we have seen 10 attacks have been carried out in the last 24 hours. If we take this to 48 hours, it's 22 attacks that have been carried out by Tehreek-e-Taliban-Pakistan, and this also includes taking hostage the Punjab cops there and also taking their weapons. So this is very clear that TTP is not coming to an end. And when it comes to the border hostilities between Pakistan and Afghanistan, they have, for the time being, these hostilities have come to a cessation. But the next meeting that is going to take place on 25th of October will decide the fate.
All right. Next meeting on 24th of October, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be closely tracking the details coming in. But at the moment, mixed signals are coming in from the Pakistani army. Top Pakistani general admitted to India's rising stature as a global superpower. Pakistan's Joint Chief of Staff Committee Chairman, General Sahil Shamsad Mirza, one of the top generals of the Pakistan Army, has said that India is now an important country of the global south, and he also parroted Trump's claims of having brokered peace between India and Pakistan. But at the same time, there seems to be a recalibration taking place within the Pakistani military fold after hammering by Afghans on the Western Front. Take a look at what exactly General Mirza had to say on India's rising stature as a global superpower.
Pakistan desires normalization with India based on principles of peaceful coexistence, sovereign equality, but more importantly, dignity and honor. We believe that a third party is essential to any possible mechanism of dispute resolution between India and Pakistan.
Sahil Shamsad Mirza, chairman of Pakistan's Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee, has just praised India for its rise as a global superpower.
Pakistan prefers dialogue over disengagement, peace over conflict, and civility over jingoism, and stands ready to engage with India to find a peaceful and a negotiated solutions to all disputes, including Kashmir. Pakistan desires normalization with India based on principles of peaceful coexistence, sovereign equality, but more importantly, dignity and honor. But it requires a willingness on the Indian side as well. We believe that a third party is essential to any possible mechanism of dispute resolution between India and Pakistan. We shall always welcome such initiatives by any state, international body, or a multilateral organization. In a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen, India is an important country of global south and an aspirant of a major stake in the world order.
India is perhaps the only country that has stood toe-to-toe against Trump's tariff bullying without actually going to war with the US. While several other countries like Japan, South Korea, and Europe have all caved in, India has stood tall. Pakistan just got battered in Operation Sindoor. Heavy damage was inflicted on terror infrastructure in Pakistan, and its nuclear facility was hit as well. This isn't a first though. Last year, Pakistani leader Fazlur Rahman praised India for being a global superpower.
हिंदुस्तान और हम एक ही दिन में आजाद हुए 15 अगस्त 1947 को सुबह 8 बजे दिल्ली में.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, big major development coming in from the state of Odisha, where senior advocate and BJD leader Pithibhas Panda murder case has now moved ahead with the arrest. The Behrampur police today arrested former MLA and Ganjam president Vikram Panda for his suspected involvement in the case. According to the sources, 3 more persons were arrested in connection with the case. A police team led by Behrampur SP Sarvana Vivek M reached Panda's residence late last night and took him into custody for questioning. Later on Wednesday, Panda was arrested and taken to Behrampur court. That's the latest development coming in, ladies and gentlemen, in the Pithibhas Panda murder case, where Ganjam BJD president Vikram Panda has been amongst the 4 who have been arrested by the police in Odisha. In a major development there, in senior advocate and BJP leader Pithibhas Panda's murder case, the Behrampur police today has arrested former MLA and president of BJD, the Biju Janata Dal, in Ganjam, Vikram Panda, for his suspected involvement in the case. Back-to-back breaking inputs coming in, ladies and gentlemen. As per reports, 1 Ulfa cadre has been killed. 1 to 4 Ulfa cadre members have been killed in a gun battle with Assam Rifles in Arunachal Pradesh. 1 Ulfa independent cadre was killed in a fierce gunfight battle with Assam Rifles personnel late last night at Namsai in Arunachal Pradesh. Now, according to officials, the encounter took place at 6 Mile area under the Namsai police station in Namsai district. Now, Assam Rifles had earlier received specific inputs about the presence of 6 to 7 Ulfa I cadres in 6 Mile Lekang Khamti district, based on which the search operation was launched. And now sources say that the group of Ulfa I cadres that belong to the same faction that had recently carried out the attack on the army COB in Kakopathar area of Tinsukai district in eastern Assam. As the Assam Rifles team approached the location, the Ulfa cadre opened fire, prompting the security personnel to retaliate. Now, in the ensuing exchange of fire, one Ulfa cadre was killed while the other had managed to escape. A massive search operation is currently underway in the area with the help of helicopter, drones and tracker dogs. Security forces have also received an HK series automatic rifle, a grenade, 3 bags and other items from the encounter site. My colleague Anirudh joins us live on the broadcast with more details on the story. Anirudh, what's the latest in this Ulfa encounter that has taken place in Assam?
Yes, after specific inputs of presence of at least 6 to 7 Ulfa cadres in the Namsai area, in the Namsai M6 area, the Assam Rifles and the security forces launched a joint operation in the area. The entire area was carried on. Feeling the presence of the security personnel in their proximity, the Ulfa cadres opened fire and a fierce gun battle ensued. The gun battle lasted for more than 5 to 6 hours. This fierce encounter lasted for more than 5 to 6 hours in the jungles of Namsai M6 area. And in the morning, it was discovered that one self-styled Sergeant Major I-1 Ahom, a cadre of the Ulfa who belongs to Tinsukia district, was slain down, and while 5 others managed to escape. Meanwhile, a cordon and search operation is being carried out in the area, and the Assam Rifles is being assisted by the Arunachal Police and Assam Police, as the area is very close to the border, and border police forces are coordinating, and we are also getting to know that CRPF personnel has also been pressed into action as far cordoning is concerned, and this operation is still underway.
Anirudh, also tell us about the involvement of the alleged Ulfa cadres there in the army COB attack that was reported earlier this week, and what was the link between the two and how the police and the Assam Rifles now are taking action?
Yes, the last attack that was carried out by the Ulfa cadres in Tinsukia district was in fact a combined operation carried out by the terrorist groups, and several militant outfits of the region were involved in this attack on the Assam Rifles recently. And as a retaliation, we have also seen that one of the NSN KYA camp was also attacked yesterday, and today we have this news coming in that this offensive has been carried out, and at least one cadre has been gunned down by the security forces, whereas 5.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the latest coming in from Assam. One Ulfa I cadre terrorist has been neutralized by the Assam Rifles. Another manhunt on. Moving on to more breaking news details coming in from the United States, where US President Donald Trump participated in Diwali celebrations at the White House and also extended warm greetings to the people of India and Indian Americans on the occasion. Just before the ceremony, however, Trump also spoke with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and focused primarily on trade issues. Take a look at this report on what exactly happened during the Diwali festivities in the Oval Office.
US President Donald Trump lit lamps at the White House to mark the festival of Diwali, celebrating the occasion with Indian American members of his administration. During initial remarks, the US President praised Prime Minister Narendra Modi, calling him a great person and a great friend, while highlighting US-India ties in trade and regional peace. Trump said that he dialed Prime Minister Narendra Modi on occasion of Diwali. The duo also spoke primarily on trade issues. Trump went on to extend his warm greetings to the people of India on the Diwali occasion. Highlighting the symbolic importance of the festival, Trump said lighting the diya is a symbol of faith in the victory of light over darkness. He further remarked that the diya's flame reminds everyone to seek the path of wisdom and to work with diligence and to always give thanks for many blessings.
In a few moments, we'll light the diya as a symbol of faith in the victory of light over darkness. It's a beautiful term, light over darkness. That's what it's all about. It's knowledge over ignorance and good over evil. During Diwali, revelers recall ancient stories of enemies defeated, obstacles removed, and captives freed. The glow of the diya flame reminds us to seek the path of wisdom and to work with diligence and to always give thanks for our many blessings.
Following his initial remarks, Trump lit up the diyas to celebrate the festival at the White House. In response, Prime Minister Narendra Modi wrote on X thanking Donald Trump for his phone call and the Diwali greetings.
Well, those are the top headlines that we were tracking for you at 1 p.m. Bulletin this afternoon. Do not go anywhere. It's time for a very short break because when we come back, more breaking news details coming in from the state of Bihar. First up, Tejas Yadav has announced a huge tranche of new freebies in an attempt to allure voters, particularly women, amidst the Mahagathbandhan seat-sharing row. Also coming up next is Congress admitting that there is a row in Mahagathbandhan in Bihar, claiming that there are various friendly fights. What are these friendly fights all about? We'll bring you all those details on Live and Breaking right after this short break.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग स्टिक भी बन सकती है।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला।
The highly anticipated summit between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin in Budapest has been abruptly put on hold. Is peace slipping away before it even begins?
No, I don't want to have a wasted meeting. I don't want to have a waste of time, so I'll see what happens. But we did all of these great deals, great peace deals. They're all peace deals. They're agreements, solid agreements, every one of them. But this one, and I said, go to the line of battle, the battlefield lines, and you pull back and you go home, and everybody take some time off because you got two countries that are killing each other. Two countries are losing 5,000 to 7,000 soldiers a week. So we'll see what happens. We haven't made a determination.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 11th year, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
थोड़े में ज़्यादा स्वाद ये तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा। सबका राजा और प्योर मसाला।
Bliss. It dances on your skin like first rain. Experience bliss in all its forms with Hindwear. Hindwear, designed for bliss.
MDH की देगी मीरज,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मीरज।
Pakistan desires normalization with India based on principles of peaceful coexistence, sovereign equality, but more importantly, dignity and honor. We believe that a third party is essential to any possible mechanism of dispute resolution between India and Pakistan.
Sahil Shamshad Mirza, chairman of Pakistan's Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee, has just praised India for its rise as a global superpower.
Pakistan
Big exclusive on Republic on Mehul Choksi extradition. Belgium court clears extradition. Republic gets the first and exclusive pictures of Arthur Road jail barrack shared by India to Belgium.
जितनी जीविका सीएम दीदियां हैं यानी कम्युनिटी मोबिलाइजर्स हैं, उन सभी सीएम दीदियों को स्थायी कर उन्हें सरकारी कर्मचारी का दर्जा देकर उनके वेतन को 30,000 प्रति माह हम लोग करेंगे.
RJT announces multiple freebies ahead of Bihar Assembly elections, says announcement on seat share in Mahagathbandhan soon.
जितनी बातें कही गई है ना, वैसी स्थिति नहीं है. थोड़ी सीटों पर जरूर फ्रेंडली फाइट हो सकती है, बाकी कोई नहीं है. बिल्कुल हमने पूरी स्टडी कर ली है.
Congress admits rift in Mahagathbandhan in Bihar, claims it is a friendly fight. Republic finds technical snag in Mumbai to New York flight. Traffic collision avoidance system fails mid-air. Helicopter carrying President Draupadi Murmu gets stuck on helipad during Sabrimala visit. Security personnel attempt manual push. We are getting a breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. 5 decades after they went underground, Thuingaleng Muiwa, General Secretary of the Isak Muiwa faction of the National Socialist Council of Nagaland, has returned to Manipur. It's a landmark moment, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the big breaking news that we are getting in. Celebrations are underway at Somdal to welcome Muiwa. On your screens are the visual. 91-year-old rebel Muiwa returns to Somdal, Manipur. This is indeed a landmark moment. He is marking his return to his hometown after 50 years. His visit has drawn a significant attention in the region, with locals gathering to welcome the rebel leader. In fact, 91-year-old Muiwa has played a pivotal role in the Naga autonomy movement. He will be visiting his native village of Somdal on Wednesday, nearly 50 years after he joined the Naga movement in the mid-1960s. Muiwa is in fact one of the founding leaders of the NSCN, a Naga rebel group that was formed on January 31st, 1980. NSCN leader Thuingaleng Muiwa is returning to his hometown Ukhrul after 50 years. All right, I'm being joined by my senior editor Shavan Sen on the phone line. Shavan, this is indeed a landmark moment. We are getting to know that NSCN leader Thuingaleng Muiwa is returning to his hometown Ukhrul after 50 years. Talk to us about this significance of the moment.
Well, it's finally a rebel returning to Manipur. In fact, Muiwa, who had basically gone underground during the Naga autonomy agitation, in fact, he was underground for almost 50 years. He's now about 91 years old, and NSCN's Isaac Muiwa faction's leader. In fact, Muiwa is expected to be back today, and this is going to be seen as a homecoming for him in his village Somdal in Manipur's Ukhrul district. In fact, he's expected. The visuals that you see right now on your screens are the latest now coming in of the celebrations that are basically underway at the Ukhrul district, where they basically trying to welcome him back for the first time since he basically joined the Naga movement that was back in the mid-1960s. Now, it's interesting because the government of India would essentially be now directly having the talks with Muiva, because he's now aged Muiva. He's Thankul Naga, and he's in fact the last surviving founding leader of the NSCN. So that in itself puts him at the helm of talks with the Indian government.
All right, on your screens are the visuals of Gehlot speaking to the media after meeting Tejashwi Yadav. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the battleground of Bihar is heating up. These are the visuals that are coming in.
एक ही बात है भाई, अच्छी बात हो गई है। कल प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस है, उसके अंदर तमाम क्लैरिटी रहेगी, ना कन्फ्यूजन है वो समाप्त हो जाएगा। पूरा महागठबंधन एकजुट होकर चुनाव मैदान में उतर रहा है। पूरा थोड़ा एक कन्फ्यूजन पैदा कर दिया गया, कोई दम नहीं है। 243 सीटें हैं बिहार में। अब 243 सीटों में 5-10 सीटों में तो लोकल इश्यू भी होते हैं, कैंडिडेट के परसेप्शन भी होता है और फ्रेंडली फाइट हो सकती है। भाई कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। एक ही बात है भाई, अच्छी बात हो गई है। कल प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस है, उसके अंदर तमाम क्लैरिटी रहेगी, ना कन्फ्यूजन है वो समाप्त हो जाएगा। पूरा महागठबंधन एकजुट होकर चुनाव मैदान में उतर रहा है। पूरा थोड़ा एक कन्फ्यूजन पैदा कर दिया गया, कोई दम नहीं है। 243 सीटें हैं बिहार में। अब 243 सीटों में 5-10 सीटों में तो लोकल इश्यू भी होते हैं, कैंडिडेट के परसेप्शन भी होता है और फ्रेंडली फाइट हो सकती है। भाई कोई दिक्कत नहीं है।
Well, that was Ashok Gehlot. He is completely dismissing the talks of rifts being in Mahagathbandhan. He says that there will be a press conference tomorrow and that he will discuss everything as planned. These are the visuals that are coming in on your screens, ladies and gentlemen. He says that after meeting with Tejaswi, he says, and I quote, "We had a good conversation. The assembly elections are tomorrow and we are fighting unitedly in Bihar." Well, Ashok Gehlot there, firefighting crisis with RJD. He's saying that there are no rifts in the Mahagathbandhan alliance. And this is just after RJD and Congress reported rifts.
मजबूती के साथ एनडीए के मुकाबला करेंगे, सब मिलकर कैंपेन शुरू करेंगे। अच्छी बात हुई थी सारी बातें कल क्लियर हो जाएगी आपके सामने। और 243 सीटें यहाँ पर है। 243 सीटों में 5-7 सीटों में तो थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन हो जाता है, केवल फ्रेंडली फाइट भी होती है। उसमें कोई ज़्यादा इसको आपको बहुत सीरियस लेना नहीं चाहिए। ऐसा माहौल बना दिया पूरे प्रदेश में, महागठबंधन में झगड़े हो गए हैं। कोई झगड़ा नहीं है, सब मिलके ही कैंपेन करेंगे और सब मिलके ही काम करेंगे और जीत के आएंगे। ये माहौल बना सबका सहयोग रहेगा।
Well, that was Ashok Gehlot dismissing the talks of any infighting within the Mahagathbandhan. He says that there were minor disputes, but they were resolved and that they will be campaigning together. He's making promises such as we are going to win this fight. Independent MP Papu Yadav from Purnia voiced strong support for the India alliance, stating that the public is eager for change and ready to back a new government under its banner, emphasizing Rahul Gandhi as the alliance's strongest ideological leader. Yadav said that the elections should be fought under his leadership, which would garner significant support from the backward communities, SCs and STs.
मैं मुख्यमंत्री के व्यक्तित्व पर, चेहरे पर कोई बात नहीं करूंगा। बिहार की जनता एक तरफ नरेंद्र मोदी के चेहरे पर, विनाश के चेहरे पर, नफरत के चेहरे पर लड़ रही है। नीतीश कुमार को तो मुख्यमंत्री बनाए ना, तो उनका तो चेहरा है नहीं।
विड्रॉ चाहते हैं 12 सीट।
और दूसरी तरफ बिहार की जनता राहुल गांधी के चेहरे पर चुनाव लड़ना चाहती है। बहुत क्लियर हूं मैं इस मामले में। राहुल गांधी के चेहरे पर चुनाव लड़ेंगे तो हम इंडिया गठबंधन की सरकार बना पाए।
विड्रॉ तो आप चाहते हैं फ्रेंडली फाइट वाली सीट?
ना, मैं तो चाहता ही हूँ किसी कीमत पर विड्रॉ हो। सारे कांग्रेस के सीटों पर फ्रेंडली फाइट हुई है। हम सबसे पहला चाहेंगे कि हर कीमत पर यदि विड्रॉ हो तो मंटा सिंह के चेहरे सीट पर विड्रॉ हो, नवादा कहलगांव हो, हर कीमत पर वैशाली हो, शाश्वत के नरकटियागंज हो, हम तो चाहेंगे।
All right, another huge breaking news coming in, ladies and gentlemen. We have accessed some exclusive details of how Mehul Choksi faked Antiguan kidnapping. It has been accessed. The Belgium court order has busted Choksi's kidnapping lie. They have said that no evidence to support the kidnapping theory is what is being observed by the Belgium court. In fact, the court has also indicated that Choksi may have faked kidnapping in Antigua. Court has ruled out political motives in Choksi's extradition case. So this is a massive twist in the whole Mehul Choksi saga. These are exclusive details that we have accessed. We have accessed Belgium court's order that has busted Mehul Choksi's kidnapping lie. The top court has in fact ripped apart the fugitive diamondaire's claim of being kidnapped from Antigua, calling his entire version unsubstantiated. In fact, the findings have also revealed that Choksi does not hold a Belgian passport as he claimed, and that there are no credible evidence whatsoever to support the kidnapping theory that he has long peddled. Instead, the investigators are in fact now believe that Choksi may have faked his own abduction to avoid extradition. This is a huge detail that we are getting in exclusive details of Mehul Choksi. All right, let's cut straight across to my colleague Shambhavi, who is joining me live on this bulletin. Shambhavi, we are accessing exclusive details of Belgium court order. Belgium court has in fact busted Choksi's kidnapping lie. They have in fact very categorically stated that Mehul Choksi faked Antiguan kidnapping. Tell us more about this.
Well, right. The Belgian court has not only cleared the way for Choksi's extradition to India, but has also ripped apart his defense team's main story, that was the kidnapping, the fact that they've suggested that Mehul Choksi was kidnapped from Antigua in 2021 and that the entire extradition is politically motivated, and they are trying to...
करोड़ है और 4.2% पर फैमिली ऑन एन एवरेज होते हैं। अगर आप उससे डिवाइड करें तो 3 करोड़ कुछ लाख के आसपास आता है। 23 लाख लोगों के पास सरकारी नौकरियां, उनको आप हटा दें तो भी 2 करोड़ 90 लाख के आसपास परिवार पड़ते हैं। और हर व्यक्ति को अगर आप सरकारी नौकरी देंगे तो मिनिमम 30-35 हजार तनख्वाह से लेकर 2 लाख तक की तनख्वाह होती है, यानी 70-75 हजार रुपए ऑन एन एवरेज सैलरी पड़ेगी। तो मतलब 10 लाख रुपए साल, और 10 लाख रुपए साल को अगर आप 2 करोड़ 90 से गुणा कर दें तो 29 लाख करोड़ रुपए। बिहार का बजट है 3,17,000 करोड़ रुपए। कहावत होती है उतने पांव पसारिए जितनी चादर होए, पर उतनी बात बोलिए जिसका 1/10 भी बजट न होए। ये अगर करके दिखाया है तो तेजस्वी जी ने। और यहां पर यह भी समझ में आता है कि यदि पर्याप्त और उचित शिक्षा न हो तो नेता किस प्रकार की बात करने का प्रयास करता। और आज उन्होंने एक और काम किया। देखिए, बहुत साफ दिखाई पड़ता है जहां तक एनडीए और भारतीय जनता पार्टी का प्रश्न है। महिलाओं के सशक्तिकरण, आर्थिक सशक्तिकरण, जो हमने 75 लाख महिलाओं को 10,000 रुपए देने का कार्य किया, वो सिर्फ घोषणा नहीं की, कार्य किया है। और बिहार में इससे पहले के दौर में भी श्री नीतीश कुमार जी के आने के बाद महिलाओं के और लड़कियों की शिक्षा के विकास से लेकर हमारी जब सरकार आई तब महिलाओं में शिक्षा दर बिहार में 33% थी, अब 74% है। अगर आप देखें तो कॉलेज यूनिवर्सिटी से लेके सरकारी पदों में भी 33% आरक्षण के साथ साथ पंचायतों में आरक्षण सुनिश्चित किया गया। महिला पुलिस बल बना है और सुकन्या योजना बहुत पहले से बिहार में चल रही थी। प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार आने के बाद अगर आप देखें तो बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ से लेके, चाहे हर घर शौचालय की योजना से लेके, मुद्रा योजना और स्टार्टअप से लेके, वर्तमान समय में लखपति दीदी और ड्रोन दीदी तक, ये हमारा 10 साल का एक व्यवस्थित सोच है। और ये कोई चुनावी प्रक्रिया में होने वाला नी जर्क रिएक्शन नहीं है तेजस्वी जी, जो आप खिसियाहट बौखलाहट में, जिसे सामान्य शब्दों में कहते हैं खप्तुल हवास होकर बयान देने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं। और मैं इससे पहले भी याद दिलाना चाहता हूं, जब केंद्र में हमारी सरकार नहीं थी तो हमारी गुजरात की सरकार, मध्य प्रदेश की सरकार और राजस्थान की सरकारों ने, छत्तीसगढ़ की सरकारों ने जो महिलाओं के कल्याण की योजनाएं की, आपको याद हो मध्य प्रदेश में शिवराज सिंह चौहान जी का नाम मामू तभी पड़ा था जब लाडली लक्ष्मी योजना आई थी, तब तो केंद्र में कांग्रेस की सरकार हुआ करती थी। अर्थात महिला उत्थान के लिए एनडीए की सोच प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में और बिहार में नीतीश कुमार जी के नेतृत्व में एक व्यवस्थित, व्यवहारिक और निरंतर सोच है। इट इज अ मेथोडिकल, कंसिस्टेंट एंड प्रैग्मेटिक अप्रोच। जबकि उनकी तरफ से मैं सिर्फ यह कहना चाहूंगा, कई बार जो राजद के लोग बोलते हैं उनके मन का मनोभाव समझने का प्रयास करना चाहिए। आपने देखा जब तेजस्वी जी ने कहा था 10 लाख नौकरी देंगे, 20 लाख नौकरी देंगे, तो अंतर्निहित मनोभाव शायद जनता नहीं समझ पाई थी, अब समझ गई। उनका मनोभाव यह था 10 लाख में नौकरी देंगे, वो में शब्द छुपा ले गए थे। 20 लाख में नौकरी देंगे और नहीं होगा 10-20 लाख तो जमीन ले लेंगे। अब आपने देखा अगर उन्होंने कहा कि हर घर को नौकरी देंगे, आप समझ नहीं पा रहे हैं। इसका अर्थ हो गया जिस घर में सरकारी नौकरी लेनी होगी, जमीन तो पहले ली जा चुकी है, अब घर बार भी बेच देना पड़ेगा। मतलब भाव ये हो गया सरकारी नौकरी के बदले में घर ले लेंगे, अभी तक तो जमीन ली थी। और जहां तक वो महिलाओं की बात कर रहे हैं, मुझे लगता है राजद का कोई व्यक्ति यदि ये बोले, लालू प्रसाद यादव जी के शासनकाल में आजीविका तो छोड़िए, जान और सम्मान पे महिलाओं के जितने बड़े खतरे रहते थे, वो मुझे लगता है आज भी बिहार भूला नहीं है। जो लोग भी 30 वर्ष या उससे अधिक आयु के होंगे, यानी 20 साल पहले की जिनको मेमोरी होगी, उनके दिमाग में बहुत स्पष्ट रूप से होगा। बहुत साफ बात है, जो लोग आज तक अपने शासनकाल में, देखिए राहुल जी की पार्टी का शासन 50 साल रहा भारत पे निरंतर, और उसमें तकरीबन 40-45 साल उनके परिवार का शासन रहा, और तेजस्वी जी के तो माई और बाप का शासन रहा। उसके बाद जो न कर पाए, आज यदि आप यह सब्ज बाग दिखाने का प्रयास करते हैं, तो मुझे हिंदी की वो कहावत याद आती है कि बाप न मारी मेढकी बिटवा तीरंदाज। यानी जिस जमाने में खुद स्वयं नहीं कर पाए थे, आपकी पार्टी नहीं, आपके परिवार का शासन था। और मैं अंत में कहना चाहूंगा, तेजस्वी जी बिहार की जनता के साथ मजाक करना बंद करिए। आपका गठबंधन और गठबंधन की सियासत अपने आप में मजाक बन चुकी है। बिहार बहुत प्रबुद्ध, राजनीतिक दृष्टि से बहुत जागरूक लोगों का प्रदेश है। यह भगवान बुद्ध का प्रदेश है, इसे बुद्धू बनाने का प्रयास मत करिए। कोई भी व्यक्ति सहज भाव से समझ सकता है कि आप सिर्फ मजाक ही नहीं, क्रूर मजाक कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि जो चीज ना आपके मन में है ना आपके कर्म में है, उसे वचन में देके धोखा देने का प्रयास नहीं हो सकता। और बिहार की प्रबुद्ध जनता ऐसे सारे लोगों का भ्रम उसी प्रकार चकनाचूर और बिखरता नजर आएगा जैसे महागठबंधन की हसरतों का नजारा बिखरता हुआ नजर आ रहा है। तो अंत में मैं सिर्फ पुनः एक बात कहूंगा कि तेजस्वी जी और इंडी गठबंधन, महागठबंधन के लोगों से बिहार की प्रबुद्ध जनता और भगवान बुद्ध के प्रदेश बिहार को बुद्धू बनाने या बुद्धू समझने का प्रयास न करिए। और जो कुछ आपके गठबंधन में हो रहा है, उसके लिए यह पंक्ति कहना चाहूंगा कि इस गठबंधन का तो कोई सिला ही नहीं, कौन किससे मिला है यह पता ही नहीं। इस गठबंधन का तो कोई सिला ही नहीं, कौन किससे मिला है ये पता ही नहीं, और लाख चेहरे बदल के आ जाते हैं ये, पर आईना कमबख्त झूठ बोलता ही नहीं। धन्यवाद। कल वहां बिहार में महागठबंधन की पीसी है, उसमें तेजस्वी यादव को एक फेस घोषित कर सकते हैं सीएम चेहरे के लिए। मुझे लगता है अभी तक महागठबंधन का चेहरा जितना बदल कि तेजस्वी जी और इंडी गठबंधन महागठबंधन के लोगों से बिहार की प्रबुद्ध जनता और भगवान बुद्ध के प्रदेश बिहार को बुद्धू बनाने या बुद्धू समझने का प्रयास न करिए। जैसे होता ना कि ढकने का प्रयास करें, तो सिर्फ एक ही पंक्ति कहूंगा कि अब जो स्थिति हो चुकी है कि बिगड़ी बात बने नहीं, लाख करो किन कोय, रहीमन बिगड़े दूध को मथे न माखन होए। नहीं, वो फाइट में कितना फ्रेंडली है और कितना यू कैन मतलब आप ये कह सकते हैं कितना डेट्रीमेंटली है, ये आने वाले समय में पता लगेगा। और देखिए, अशोक गहलोत जी तो भारत के इतिहास के अद्भुत नेता हैं। आप याद करिए, जब खड़गे जी अध्यक्ष बने तो उससे पहले नाम चल रहा था अशोक गहलोत जी अध्यक्ष बन सकते हैं, मगर वो कुर्सी छोड़ने को तैयार नहीं हुए थे। और फिर मजे की बात यह, भारत के इतिहास में कोई ऐसा उदाहरण नहीं होगा कि जिस व्यक्ति का नाम पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष के लिए विचार हो रहा हो वो बागी हो गया हो। और उस समय राजस्थान के मुख्यमंत्री नहीं, राजस्थान के प्रदेश अध्यक्ष और विधानसभा अध्यक्ष भी बागी खेमे में हो गए थे। तो मुझे लगता है कांग्रेस ने बहुत सोच समझ के अखिलेश जी को चुना है कि गठबंधन के सहयोगी दलों को ठिकाने लगाने से लेके अशोक गहलोत जी को चुना है। गठबंधन के सहयोगी दलों को ठिकाने लगाने की जो महारत उनमें है, मुझे लगता है शायद अध्यक्ष पद तो उनको नहीं दिया और कुर्सी न छोड़ के उसको बचा के रखने की शायद इसी भेजा है। इसके लिए महागठबंधन के दलों को बहुत सावधान रहना चाहिए।
MDH की देगी मीरज,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मीरज।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा,
The highly anticipated summit between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin in Budapest has been abruptly put on hold. Is peace slipping away before it even begins?
No, I don't want to have a wasted meeting. I don't want to have a waste of time, so I'll see what happens. But we did all of these great deals, great peace deals. They're all peace deals. They're agreements, solid agreements, every one of them. But this one, and I said, go to the line of battle, the battlefield lines, and you pull back and you go home, and everybody takes some time off, because you got two countries that are killing each other. You got two countries that are losing 5,000 to 7,000 soldiers a week. So we'll see what happens. It's we haven't made a determination.
Sources point to the White House encounter between Trump and Volodymyr Zelensky. Their October 17th meeting devolved into heated exchanges, with Trump reportedly pushing Zelensky to accept Russian terms or risk total defeat. Trump even doubled down, refusing long-range Tomahawk missiles, a lifeline Ukraine had been desperately demanding. He even expressed doubt on Kyiv's chances of victory.
They could still win it. I don't think they will, but they could still win it. I never said they would win it. I said they could win. Anything can happen. You know, war is a very strange thing. A lot of bad things happen, a lot of good things happen. If you look at the Middle East, I would say prior to us hitting Iran so hard, we could have never made that deal because you would have had a dark cloud over the Middle East.
Zelensky fired back, linking the ceasefire's fate directly to the withheld weapons.
Лінія фронту може бути початком дипломатії. Натомість Росія знову робить все, щоб зіскочити з дипломатії. І як...
Bharat 1 Minute, brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can.
All right, tracking some other stories across the country in Bharat in 1 minute. Waterlogging witnessed in Thuttukudi of Tamil Nadu due to continuous heavy rainfall in the city and its suburban areas. Meanwhile, schools have been shut across several districts due to the heavy downpour and the alerts that have been issued by the authorities. A massive fire broke out at a textile warehouse located in Bhiwandi Taluka of Thane. The blaze was caused by a cylinder explosion. One employee was injured and admitted to a private hospital for treatment, while goods worth lakhs were destroyed. A portion of the helipad tarmac sank after a chopper carrying President Draupadi Murmu landed at Pramadam Stadium. Police and fire department personnel deployed at the spot physically pushed the helicopter out of the sunken spot. Union Minister Piyush Goyal held a series of productive meetings in Delhi with Vice President of the International Electrotechnical Commission and German business leaders. All right, shifting our focus to another news that we are tracking. A tragic news coming in from Gujarat's Vadodara, where a drunk driver rammed his car into labourers residing on the footpath while driving recklessly. In this, a 4-year-old died on the spot when the wheels of the car rolled over him, while 4 others were injured. Here's a quick report into that. Take a look.
In a tragic incident from Gujarat's Vadodara, a 4-year-old child lost his life when a drunk driver rammed his car into the labourers residing on the footpath. The incident occurred near the crossroad in Vadodara as the drunk driver was riding his car recklessly. 4 labourers were left injured in the incident when the car rammed into them. 2 bottles of foreign liquor were also found in the car when the people chased the driver who was fleeing from the accident spot. As per the preliminary information, the accused hit the labourers while they were asleep on the footpath near Raupura and ran towards Akshar Chowk. The police rushed to the spot and took the accused into custody while launching a tough investigation into the matter.
समाज के सभी वर्गों में घमासान करके आगे बढ़ना चाहते हैं। आप लालू प्रसाद यादव जी का एक पुराना डायलॉग याद करिए। ये तो वो पार्टी है जिसके वर्तमान राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जो चुनाव लड़ने से महरूम है अदालती आदेश से, उनका एक प्रसिद्ध डायलॉग हुआ करता था, डोंट कास्ट योर वोट, वोट योर कास्ट। नहीं भाई, जिस पार्टी का आदर्श वाक्य ये रहा हो, डोंट कास्ट योर वोट, वोट योर कास्ट, उन्होंने इसके दलदल में पहुंचाया है। और इसीलिए, और उसमें भी कोई जातवाद से उनका मतलब नहीं है। आज बताइए, राजद के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष लालू प्रसाद यादव जी, नेता प्रतिपक्ष विधानसभा तेजस्वी यादव जी, नेता प्रतिपक्ष विधान परिषद रावड़ी जी, इसमें जाति कहां है? सिर्फ परिवार है।
प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
Americans, let me also extend our warmest wishes to the people of India. I just spoke to your Prime Minister today. We had a great conversation. We talk about trade, we talk about a lot of things, but mostly the world of trade. He's very interested in that. Although we did talk.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Big exclusive on Republic on Mehul Choksi extradition. Belgium court clears extradition. Republic gets the first and exclusive pictures of Arthur Road jail barrack shared by India to Belgium.
जितनी जीविका सीएम दीदियां हैं यानी कम्युनिटी मोबिलाइजर्स हैं, उन सभी सीएम दीदियों को स्थायी कर उन्हें सरकारी कर्मचारी का दर्जा देकर उनके वेतन को 30,000 प्रति माह हम लोग करेंगे।
RJD announces multiple freebies ahead of Bihar Assembly elections. Says announcement on seat share in Mahagathbandhan soon.
जितनी बातें कही गई है ना, वैसी स्थिति नहीं है। थोड़ी सीटों पर जरूर फ्रेंडली फाइट हो सकती है, बाकी कोई नहीं है। बिल्कुल हमने पूरी स्टडी कर ली है।
Congress party in firefighting mode with RJD for tackling the crisis. Senior leader earlier called the rift a friendly fight. Republic finds technical snag in Mumbai to New York flight. Traffic collision avoidance system fails mid-air. Helicopter carrying President Draupadi Murmu gets stuck on helipad during Sabrimala visit. Security personnel attempt manual push.
All right, viewers, we start with the breaking news coming in right now. These are exclusive details of Mehul Choksi faked Antiguan kidnapping case. Now, Republic TV has accessed the details. The Belgium court order has been accessed by Republic TV that busts Choksi's kidnapping lie. There's no evidence to support the kidnapping theory, and this has been observed by the Belgium court itself. The Belgium court indicates that Choksi may have faked the kidnapping case in Antigua. And court rules out political motives in Choksi's extradition case. So judgment, Republic TV has in fact accessed these exclusive details. Court of Appeal came to conclusions deliberating a 6-step assessment. That is exclusive input that Republic TV is getting in on Choksi's failed plot, the kidnapping lie, the kidnapping fakery, the entire theory he created around how he was threatened, how he was under threat. And the court observes that there is no evidence to support kidnapping. And viewers, there you have visuals coming in. This is the main gate of the Arthur prison. And this is the barrack number 12 where there are 2 cells. Mehul Choksi will be kept in one of the cells. Okay, there are more details coming in. The barrack protected with steel structure. And these are more details on his imprisonment. Now, shifting focus back to what the court has observed, viewers. So, criminal facts of Choksi is being accused of by Indian authorities, punishable by Belgian law as well. So, that's another very, very important point. Shambhavi joins us live on the broadcast. For more, Shambhavi, well, there are many crucial details that are emerging, how in fact how Mehul Choksi had tried to evade the law, how he had tried to portray that he was under threat, and now even the Belgian court has said that there are no evidence to prove that there was any kidnapping attempt on him.
Well, yes, the Belgian court has examined all the available evidence, and as per the available evidence, it has ripped apart the main defense strategy of Mehul Choksi's defense team. That was he was kidnapped from Antigua in 2021, and that his extradition is politically motivated, and that is an attempt to treat him unfairly. But the court has found absolutely no reason to believe that. They said that on the basis of the available evidence, this entire kidnapping story seems to be a staged or a fabricated one, and that can be hinting that it was Choksi's attempt of delaying the extradition process or even making sure that it gets cancelled. And also the fact that the defense team said that this is a politically motivated move to treat Mehul Choksi unfairly. The court has said that it has found absolutely no evidence in support of that, and there does not seem to be any political interference or bias in this matter. So the Belgium court has cleared the way for Mehul Choksi's extradition, which was even earlier when the India appealed for Mehul Choksi's extradition. The Belgium court accepted it, but later in November 2024 itself, but later an appeal was filed by Mehul Choksi on the basis of these 2 points, one of kidnapping and the other one was political motivated move. But both of them have been ripped apart by the Belgium court, and the entire way to Mehul Choksi's extradition to India has been cleared. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Arnab, for joining us with those details coming in on that story. We was, in fact, another question before I let you go. If you could just help us understand, or help our viewers understand, what will be the next move by the Indian agencies? What is the next plan of action? What are you picking up?
The Belgian court has paved the way clear. It has given Choksi 15 days to appeal to that extradition order. But that it is very important to note that the appeal can only be based on the legality of the matter and not on the facts. So Mehul Choksi can appeal against it on the basis of the legal points and not the facts, because when the order or when the application for extradition was considered by the Belgium court, it considered around 6 points in total to understand if this extradition process was legal, which is the top court, one of the court's main function to make sure that the extradition is legally sound. And out of all this is 6 points, 5 were accepted, 5 were considered legal, and the Belgium court considered the extradition legal on the basis of forgery, fraud, criminal misconduct, and criminal conspiracy. There was just one legal point which the Belgium court did not accept, because that is the tampering of evidence, because although it is punishable under Indian law, tampering of evidence is not punishable in the Belgium court. So that was one small legal point that was not accepted by the Belgium court, but overall it was a pretty tight legal case. And now that the Belgium court has given the order of extradition, Mehul Choksi has 15 days to file an appeal on the basis of the legality of the case.
Right, just stay on with us, Shambhavi. In fact, we've compiled a report on what the case has been so far. Viewers, let's take a look at this.
Mehul Choksi, the fugitive diamond merchant, wanted by Indian agencies since 2018 in the 13,000 crore Punjab National Bank scam. On October 18th, Belgium cleared a major legal roadblock, paving the way for Choksi's extradition to India. The prime accused in India's biggest banking fraud could soon face justice back home.
On October 18, Belgium cleared the legal roadblock in extradition of Indian fugitive Mehul Choksi, the prime accused in 13,000 crore PNB fraud case. Just this Monday, on October 20th, when I reached out to Antwerp Court in a written response to Republic, the Advocate General Ken Witpass confirmed that there is nothing stopping Belgium from extraditing Mehul Choksi to India.
Earlier this year, on 13th of April, Mehul Choksi was arrested in Belgium, acting on non-bailable warrants issued in 2018 and again in 2021. Indian officials had been tracking Choksi's movements for months. Once located, a formal extradition request was placed, one that now has no legal roadblock in Belgium. Choksi's return would mark another major diplomatic and legal victory for India, coming months after the successful extradition clearance of 2611 terror-accused Tahavur Rana from the United States. A billionaire fugitive soon to be brought back, a government chasing justice, and Republic tracking every move.
Breaking news coming in, viewers. The Belgium court has cleared the path for the extradition of fugitive businessman Mehul Choksi to India, with the Antwerp Court of Appeal ruling in favor of executing 2 Indian arrest warrants issued against him. And in exclusive response to Republic TV, the Antwerp Attorney General Ken Witpass detailed a 6-step legal assessment that confirmed the existence of an applicable legal framework between Belgium and India, and stated that the offences Choksi is accused of are punishable under Belgian law as well. So this is, of course, good news for the Indian agencies as well. And the extradition, the road to extradition is becoming even more clearer, one step closer to Mehul Choksi's extradition. The legal roadblock will be now explained by my colleague Shambhavi. Shambhavi, tell us more how the road has been now cleared up for Mehul Choksi's extradition back to India.
Well, let me quickly explain to you the 6 points, the 6 assessment points which were considered by the Antwerp Court of Appeal, especially the Chamber of Accusations, the special section which deals with the extradition order. The first was whether there is a valid extradition agreement between both the countries, Belgium and India. Yes, there is a valid extradition order. Second, is India asking for or appealing for the extradition of a foreign national, in this case Choksi? Yes, India is appealing for that. The third point was there is no time limit situation. There is no statute blocking time. So this, which makes it completely legal to be followed with, and are the charges involved in this appeal legal? Then the fifth point was the main 2 charges. There were 2 FIR, 2 arrest warrants. One was in 2018 and the other was in 2021, if I'm correct. There were 2 arrest warrants, and as per that, that was a forgery and criminal conspiracy. Both these crimes are punishable under law, both in Belgium and in India, which makes it a valid.
Just stay on with us, Shambhavi. We have our legal editor Rhythm joining us on the phone line. Rhythm, tell us how the road to extradition now has been cleared up. It's a diplomatic and a legal win for India in this case.
Well, I just spoke to the lawyers on both the sides, and we are getting a sense that when it comes to the Belgian courts, this is a big setback for Mehul Choksi. What is ironic, Rakshita, is this is a petition that was filed by Mehul Choksi himself, in which he said that he had been, and he's tried to make a lot of allegations against the Indian government. The Belgian court has confirmed that the crimes that India had cited in the extradition case against this fugitive diamond trader were recognized as offences under the Belgian law. In that case, a huge setback for him from the Court of Appeals. Remember, in April, Republic TV was at the Court of Appeals in Antwerp, where Choksi's extradition now has been approved. The 66-year-old was arrested by the Antwerp police on 11th of April. He was only arrested after a formal request was made by Indian authorities and the Indian government. We have an extradition in place with the Belgian authorities. He's been lodged in a Belgian prison, once again a prison where Republic TV has been reporting from. His multiple bail pleas have been rejected, again with the assistance of Indian government on grounds that he posed a flight risk. Now, there are several things and offences that he has been looked at, and the rejection of Choksi's appeal only comes, and his extradition is a major jolt to him for several reasons. One, because he's wanted in 13,850 crore bank fraud, which had been several times covered by Republic TV. This is a fraud that had been orchestrated in collusion with his nephew Neeraj Modi, who is also now in a London prison. Choksi had siphoned off 6,400 crore of that. We've shown you exclusive pictures today, Rakshita, of the jail that Indian authorities had immediately, swiftly moved and shown pictures of to the Belgian authorities to show how clean, well-ventilated, spacey the prison was in which Mehul Choksi in barrack number 12 of Arthur Road Jail in Mumbai could be kept. This is clearly in consonance with how India is acting clearly, quickly, fulfilling all the demands of the Belgian court, because these fugitives abroad always try and say that the Indian jails are not fit for staying. Indian government has immediately moved to show the ED, the CBI team, that Indian jails indeed are fit for Choksi to come back to. That's where he's going to be dragged back. India has also been able to make out a watertight case that he was not abducted from Antigua. There is no political persecution, inhuman treatment that he's facing, like he tried to say. The Belgian court, in fact, said there is no evidence to support all these claims that Choksi made. In fact, Choksi also tried to say that they were trying to pose a personal risk to him, and India's judiciary lacked independence. On all these counts, the Belgian court said there is nothing to show that he will not have a fair trial in India. Therefore, Choksi's appeal before the Belgian court has failed. He's going to be quickly dragged back to India. He has 15 days to appeal before the Supreme Court. I spoke to his lawyers, and I am being told that they will try and file an appeal in the Supreme Court in Belgium.
Right. If you just quickly could also explain to our viewers how this has been a case that India has been, of course, pursuing for a long time, Rhythm, and what have been the challenges that, in fact, India now finally have conquered, which speaks volumes about India's diplomacy and, of course, India's entire, outreach as far as the legal system is also concerned, the agencies are concerned.
In fact, way back when he was first speaking, we were the only channel that Mehul Choksi spoke to. And when I had spoken with him in Antigua, he had tried to say that there was a conspiracy and he was trying to be, picked up at that time. But even then, Rakshita, the Indian government was very strong. There were attempts being made to bring him back. He had tried to say he was being honey-trapped. A lot happened in the courts. We were the first channel to get the pictures of him in Antigua, and even when he was taken to other cases. I remember the Indian government was also taking the assistance of top lawyer Hari Salve, and we also spoke to Mr. Salve, who had told us the Indian government with its might had tried to get Choksi back even back then. Today the case is completely different. The Indian government has with all its might tried to ensure that we have now a diplomatic understanding with Belgium. We have an extradition treaty in place that also recognizes that this fugitive diamond trader has done offences that are also going to be treated as offences under Belgian law. This becomes extremely critical. You see, when a case is being fought in the international courts, India will also have to try and see and show them that the Belgian courts are also able to understand that this is a crime in their courts. And that is why it's very critical for India to explain that to them. Even though he tried to say he was abducted in Antigua, the Belgian courts have said that there is nothing that shows, there is no documentary evidence to prove he was kidnapped in 2021 on the instructions of the Indian authorities. This decision of the Commission of Control of Files of Interpol dated 12th October 2022 is inconclusive, is what they had said. Okay. Choksi had sued the Indian government, but now he's going to be dragged back.
Right, Vidhan, many thanks for joining us with those details coming in and exclusive inputs that you're bringing to us on this story that Republic TV has been closely tracking, viewers, on Mehul Choksi's extradition. Okay, now shifting focus, viewers, back to the politics now. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath made a statement today in Gorakhpur urging that political Islam ought to be spoken more about in terms of Indian history, as it had majorly undermined Hindu faith. He believes that such a great blow to Sanatan Dharma must not be overlooked. The report.
अंग्रेजों ने इतने वर्षों तक शासन किया, ब्रिटिश उपनिवेश की चर्चा होती है, फ्रांस के उपनिवेश की चर्चा होती है, लेकिन राजनीतिक इस्लाम की कहीं चर्चा नहीं होती, जिसने आस्था पर कुठाराघात किया। यानी ब्रिटिश उपनिवेशवाद के खिलाफ हम लड़े थे, हमारे पूर्वज लड़े थे, फ्रांस के उपनिवेशवाद के खिलाफ हमारे पूर्वज लड़े थे, लेकिन राजनीतिक इस्लाम के खिलाफ भी हमारे पूर्वजों ने लड़ाई लड़ी थी। बड़ी बड़ी लड़ाइयां लड़ी थी। छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज को, गुरु गोविंद सिंह जी महाराज को, महाराणा प्रताप को, महाराणा सांगा को हम इसी बात के लिए स्मरण करते हैं। इसी बात को लेकर के हम उनको राष्ट्र नायक के रूप में सम्मान देते हैं। लेकिन ये राजनीतिक इस्लाम वही है जो छांगुर के रूप में डेमोग्राफी को चेंज करके राष्ट्र माता के टुकड़े टुकड़े करने की मंशा के साथ कार्य कर रहा है।
We have breaking news coming in right now. Bihar Deputy Chief Minister Samrat Chaudhary says Nitish has no illness. Okay, he was speaking on the concerns that have been raised around Nitish Kumar's health since Samrat Chaudhary, BJP leader and Deputy Chief Minister, speaking exclusively to Republic TV, says he has dismissed the rumors surrounding Nitish Kumar's health as he was in conversation with Republic TV. We will take a listen into this exclusive interview coming in.
नाम है आपका सम्राट चौधरी, और अभी की जो राजनीतिक परिस्थिति है सम्राट जी, नीतीश जी अस्वस्थ हैं। क्या आपको लगता है कि आने वाले दिनों में बिहार के सम्राट आप बन पाएंगे?
पहले तो मैं एक चीज बड़ा स्पष्ट करता हूं, नीतीश जी लगातार बिहार के लिए काम कर रहे हैं और बिहार में पॉलिटिकल दृष्टि से भी आप देख रहे होंगे लगातार सबसे ज्यादा अभी सभा वही कर रहे हैं, उनके कार्यक्रम सबसे पहले शुरू हुए और जनता के बीच में नीतीश कुमार एक यकीन शब्द है, मोदी और नीतीश कुमार गारंटी शब्द है। बिहार की जनता में ये विश्वास है कि ये व्यक्ति बोलते नहीं है, काम करते हैं और डिलीवर करते हैं। और नीतीश जी को जब भी आपने देखा होगा कि कभी किसी ने चैलेंज किया हो तब वो जनता के बीच में जाकर डिलीवर करने का प्रयास करते हैं। और इस बार भी लोगों ने कहा कि अस्वस्थ हैं, ये हैं, वो हैं। नीतीश कुमार जी जनता के बीच में गए, प्रगति यात्रा किया, सभी जिले में गए, अब विधानसभा में जा रहे हैं, विधानसभा जिला के सम्मेलन में गए। आज भी नीतीश कुमार जी 4 सभा कर रहे हैं। इसलिए नीतीश कुमार जी पर जो प्रश्न उठा रहे लोग, ये हमको नहीं लगता है कि कहीं से उचित है। नीतीश कुमार जी डिलीवर और विकास का नाम है।
मैं इस बात से सहमत हूं आपके कि नीतीश जी ने बिहार के लिए बहुत किया है, लेकिन हाल फिलहाल में उनकी अजीबोगरीब हरकतें आती हैं जो कि काफी पीड़ादायक है। हम लोग भी नीतीश जी को 20-25 साल से कवर कर रहे हैं और उनको देखा है कितने संजीदा व्यक्ति हैं, लेकिन जो तस्वीरें आती हैं वो काफी दुखदायी हैं, पीड़ादायक हैं। और आप ही लोग, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेता लोग, विजय सिन्हा का एक वाकया याद आता है, स्टेटमेंट मुझे विधानसभा में उन्होंने दिया था ऑन रिकॉर्ड कि ये मेंटल मुख्यमंत्री है, मतलब पागल है। आपने भी कहा था कि भाई ये अचेत हैं, इनको बुद्धि इनका भ्रष्ट हो गया है, जब आप लोग विपक्ष में थे।
देखिए, विपक्ष के नेता का ये कहने का काम होता है, नीतीश कुमार जी डिलीवर कर रहे हैं, मैं ये कह रहा हूँ।
कहने का काम होता है मतलब वो मेंटल मुख्यमंत्री को साबित कर रहे थे आज से 2 साल पहले।
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है। नीतीश कुमार जी काम कर रहे हैं, जनता के बीच में जा रहे हैं और जनता के बीच में अपने काम के बल पर बिहार को बढ़ा रहे हैं।
मतलब वो जैसा कि आरोप लगाते हैं तेजस्वी यादव,
नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है।
आप लोगों ने भी आरोप लगाया है कई बार।
कुछ नहीं, मेरा प्रकाश जी, आप व्यक्तिगत तौर पर नीतीश जी से बहुत जुड़े हुए रहे हैं, मैं भी 30 साल से उनके साथ काम कर रहा हूँ। नीतीश कुमार जी का काम करने का तरीका अपना सेपरेट है। बिहार में सिर्फ डिलीवरी, विकास, यही है नीतीश कुमार का एजेंडा, नथिंग एल्स।
मानसिक हालात ठीक है
एकदम पूरी तरह।
आने वाले दिनों में सरकार चला सकती है
एकदम, कोई इशू नहीं है। आज भी नेतृत्व कर रहे हैं, कल भी करेंगे।
संवैधानिक दृष्टिकोण से संविधान में भी लिखा हुआ है कि अगर कोई व्यक्ति मेंटली फिट नहीं है, कॉम्पिटेंट नहीं है, तो उसे कोई बड़ा संवैधानिक पद, क्योंकि इर्द गिर्द जो बैठे रहते हैं लोग चाटुकार, वो उसका नाजायज फायदा उठाते हैं।
नहीं, एकदम मैं कह रहा हूं कि आपने देखा ये नीतीश कुमार जी हैं जो स्वयं जाकर प्रगति यात्रा में 50,000 की योजना को स्वीकृत करके शुरू करवा देगा। इसलिए नीतीश कुमार जी ये डिलीवरी पॉइंट है। जनता के बीच में श्री बाबू के बाद कोई भी मुख्यमंत्री डेवलपमेंट के कार्य नहीं कर पाए। नीतीश कुमार ही एक ऐसे मुख्यमंत्री है जिसने विकास को चरम तक पहुंचाया और जनता को आज बेसिक नीड मिल पा रहा है।
नहीं, वो मैं समझ गया, वो उससे मैं मना नहीं कर रहा हूँ कि नीतीश जी ने काम नहीं किया, लेकिन पिछले बार आप देखे होंगे कि नवीन पटनायक की क्या स्थिति हुई, एक हाथ हिलता हुआ वीडियो वायरल हुआ और पांडियन साहब
एकदम
आप अभी मैं सवाल कंप्लीट कर लूं। अभी जो स्थिति है उसमें नीतीश जी एक प्रखर वक्ता के रूप में जाने जाते थे, अब पढ़ के भाषण देते हैं।
देखिए, एकदम नीतीश कुमार जी का कार्यशैली आप जानते हैं। नीतीश कुमार जी बिहार के विकास के लिए जरूरी है, इसलिए उनके साथ उनके नेतृत्व में पूरा इंडिया चुनाव लड़ रहा है।
सवाल मेरा पूछने का ये नहीं है कि मैं नीतीश कुमार का अपमान करूं, कोई भी व्यक्ति बीमार हो सकता है, मैं अनादर नहीं कर रहा हूं, लेकिन बिहार के हित के लिए बात कर रहा हूं। क्यों नहीं सम्राट चौधरी बन सकते हैं जब फिजिकली फिट है तो?
देखिए, पूरी तरह मैंने कहा कि नीतीश जी काम कर रहे हैं, नहीं करेंगे तो जरूर सोचा जाएगा।
Time for a very, very short break. Viewers, about we get you the latest on Congress now admitting to a rift in the Mahagathbandhan in Bihar right ahead of the polls.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 11th year, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डकोर मसाला।
Bliss weaves the magic of warmth into a cold day. Experience bliss in all its forms with Hindware. Hindware, designed for bliss.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे ये खुशबू दे ये तीखा ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
In Dharavi, waste is not hidden. It lines the streets, clogs the drains, and surrounds daily life. Every corner here tells you a story about a community struggling with pollution, garbage, and poor sanitation. During the monsoon, rainwater mixes with sewage. Drains overflow, flooding the lanes where families live and work. The biggest worry for the parents out here is different kind of diseases. Cholera, malaria, typhoid. They are not just statistics here, but they have become a regular part of the community.
मेरा नाम मरेपा है, मरेपा कुंची कुरवे। ये जो नाले का पानी है वो आगे जाता नहीं, यहाँ से बहता है, पूरा पानी गंदा बास मारता है पूरा, और बीमार होता है। और मच्छर इतना हो गया पूछो मत, सब आंख खुजली खुजली, मच्छर किधर काटता है वो खुजली ही होता है पूरा। बहुत हैरान हो गया, आने जाने वाला, स्कूल जाने वाला छोकर लोग इतना गंदा गंदा पानी में बूट डाल के कैसे जाएगा? उन लोग को उठा के भाई छोड़ना पड़ता है वहाँ से ये बाजू।
Most homes here don't have private toilets. Open blocks often being used by families. Hundreds of people use these kind of toilets every day. On top of that, broken facilities and poor management has added to the struggle. During the morning hours, the queue is long over here. The wait time is also more. During night hours, people often avoid going to the loo alone because of safety concerns. Pollution is not just in the drains, it's in the air too. Small recycling workshops, they burn plastics, melt metals, and they fill the lanes with smoke. Children or even elderly people, if they consume this air, it leads to cough, asthma, and so many other infections. Businesses add to the waste, but the disposal system is very weak here. The local collectors, they move it out, yet most of the garbage, it ends up being burnt in the open plots. This cycle continues. Waste produced, waste dumped, and waste lived with. In Dharavi, life does not stop. Life goes on. Children go to school, people go to work, families, they move on. But behind this resilience lies a strong battle against pollution, waste, and poor sanitation. This struggle tells you a story about dignity, health, and also the future of its people.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ।
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
Pakistan desires normalization with India based on principles of peaceful coexistence, sovereign equality, but
security, we do what we have to do.
On your screens, viewers, Benjamin Netanyahu now holding a meeting with the Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance. Live visuals coming in right now on your screens. This is happening at a reception ceremony at the Prime Minister's office in Jerusalem.
Is in our interest, and equally, as you just heard the Vice President say again, a strong Israel serves America's interest in stabilizing this very unstable region, and you can't stabilize it without a strong Israel. So we make the decisions for the security of Israel, but we make common decisions for the region, which I think can serve us both. And that's what we discussed today. We discussed this idea of the day after. Remember, everybody said you don't have a day after, you don't have a day after. We're just creating an unbelievable day after with a completely new vision of how to have the civil government, how to have the security there, who could provide that security there, again with Israel taking care of overall security always. And we discussed that, and I think we have some very, very good ideas how to proceed. It's not going to be easy, but I think it's possible.
Yeah, I mean, we're really creating a peace plan and an infrastructure here where nothing existed even a week and a day ago. That's going to require a lot of work. It requires a lot of ingenuity. But again, I just, having seen what's already been built in just the past 7 days, I think that we're on an incredible pathway here to do something that has never been done. And I think it, you know, you've heard Steve Witkoff say this, you've heard the President, I believe, say this, that if we do this the right way, it could create a model, I think, that could lead to other peace agreements all over the world, because it shows what's possible when you're willing to think outside the box and actually put some elbow grease to get it done.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. We're done. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm not sure that I'm on. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, so that was Benjamin Netanyahu right now. He was speaking along with the J.D. Vance right now in the meeting, the reception ceremony in Jerusalem. And of course, the Gaza peace will also be on the agenda as far as this meeting is concerned. My colleague Chandrakala joins us live on the broadcast for more. Chandrakala, tell us more. What do we expect in this reception ceremony? Of course, this is a reception ceremony as it's being called, but what is really in store when these two leaders meet?
Well, a very, very important meeting after the Gaza ceasefire summit that took place in Egypt, of course, being called by U.S. President. Of course, this particular meeting where the U.S. Vice President will be meeting Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at a reception ceremony at the Prime Minister's office in Jerusalem. Well, this meeting comes just after, of course, the U.S. brokered Gaza peace plan.
All right, we have some breaking news coming in. Viewers, on the Asia Cup Trophy controversy, BCCI and PCB are now headed for a big showdown in next month's ICC meeting over the trophy. It has not been handed over to India yet. By the way, viewers, the BCCI and the Pakistan Cricket Board are headed for this big clash at the meeting. And Mohsin Naqvi, who's the Interior Minister of Pakistan, the PCB chairperson, the ACC chairperson, is not budging. He has dug in his heels. He is not budging from his stance of personally handing over the Asia Cup trophy to India in his capacity as the head of the Asian Cricket Council. In the reply sent to the BCCI and other ACC member nations, Naqvi has insisted that he is willing to organize a ceremony on November 10th in Dubai, where a representative of the BCCI and any available Indian team player can take the trophy from him. So, I'll just quote what he said. Just to quote what he has said. The ACC trophy rightly belongs to the Indian cricket team and is being held in trust till such time that a BCCI office holder, along with any available participating player, can collect the same from the ACC president. That's what he has written in his reply. My colleague Himanshu joins us live on the broadcast. Himanshu, well, this is, of course, he's trying to manipulate. We all understand what Pakistan is intending to do. Is doing all this very desperately for the optics, because they have been embarrassed, they have been humiliated, and now they have no option but to, in a way, arm twist, in a way to, hold the trophy literally for ransom.
Rakshita, silence is the virtue of the fools. Here I would like to correct that phrase. It's basically stupidity, virtue of the fools. So one mistake they did was not handing over the trophy to Team India on September 29 when the final actually took place. Now Pakistan is not learning from its own mistakes. They have done one foolish thing by not handing over the trophy. Now they want to insist on that. So the world is watching. India, they have won the World Cup, but still like holding on to the trophy. It's like a baby's game, right? I am not going to give you my bat. I am not going to give you my trophy. And Pakistan is actually mocking its own country. Mohsin Naqvi is actually mocking Pakistan at this stage.
Right. Absolutely. But, there have been